Smith, guess who, baby? More pressures from him than TJ Watt since week 6. Let's see if we can get a Trevor Lawrence interception while you mention your buddy. Maybe jinx it. Trevor Lawrence over the middle, complete. It's picked off. He did it. We called it. Zack Baun. Oh, my gosh.
Four-man pressure with a spy. Hurts steps up, throws Goddard. Big catch. There goes down. Got a first, got a more. Got a 40. Got a 30.
Goddard.
Going to the 20. There he goes, 10.
Oh, my God.
Goddard down to the 4. He's at the 4.
5 on the play clock. He'll take the snap. Four-man pressure coming. He's going to step up in the middle, try to take off and run. Jalen Carter there. Brings it down. It's a sack. He fumbles the football.
Barkley, right side. There he goes.
Go. Go. Come on. Yes. Let's go. Saquon. There you go.
And it is intercepted.
Reed.
Yes.
Reflected
Jim.
goes.
Yes.
Let's go. No, he'll keep it right side. Going to try to get the corner of the 5. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts. Hit as he throws, but it's A.J. caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown. The go route one-on-one.
End zone, that's going to be picked
Oh,
up.
the Colby D. There we go. How about that intro? I like that. How we doing?
That's fun. Very fun. I'm ready to roll, Josh. How about you?
I am ready to roll. It's been a little bit of a rough week. I know people heard about the flu game and everything else. We're a little bit beyond that, but the family, the household, everything. Well wishes for everybody. Hopefully, stay safe, stay healthy. Would not wish this on anybody, but happy holidays. The Eagles are playing again, and meaningful football game, even though not as much for Dallas. It is Dallas, and as always, you want to beat them there, but it's a chance to win the NFC East. Didn't expect it to be with Kenny Pickett, but Thomas, we got a New Jersey native, a guy who grew up an Eagles fan. I mean, if you want a spot start, you want to have your first official start as Eagles quarterback, it doesn't get much better than wearing Kelly Greens against Dallas to win the NFC East.
Yeah, we've all seen the pictures of Kenny Pickett, like you said, a true Eagles fan, basically from the time he was 6-7 years old. What more would you want an Eagles fan to do than beat the Dallas Cowboys to secure the division, secure the 2 seed, and technically, Josh, we'll be scoreboard watching later on today, stay alive for the 1 seed. Green Bay wins today, Detroit loses on Monday night. Things could get interesting next week. We'll keep an eye on that as the day goes on. Lots of interesting things to get started with, Josh. I think inactives and injury news is really where things get interesting.
There you go. Yes, we could start officially with the inactive news. By the way, as I'm getting there as well, I saw a couple comments. Yes, the stash has been shaved. Obviously, that's
right.
been for a little bit.
They lost.
Because of the loss, it did have to take place. So maybe we'll start some other streak or trend of something as we roll into the playoffs. But for the inactives, there were. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Finally, for the graphic, we've got Jalen Hurts, which is not. Unexpected. We saw that coming from a mile away for the entire week, but official with Jalen Hurts out. So Ian Book is inactive, also the third quarterback. A little bit interesting, but with the emergency factor there, he can come in because they signed him to the active roster. So a little shuffling on that side. Nakobe Dean was probably the biggest surprise coming out of Friday, and the doubtful from Friday's practice, not going to play, an abdomen injury, and Oren Burks is going to be the one to start there. Thomas, the Eagles have known about Jalen. I mean, probably, kind of, they're hopeful, yes, but feeling like Kenny Pickett was going to start. Nakobe, I don't know, a little bit more of an unknown. Is this any concern at all? I know the immediate thought is Zack Baun, but any concern at all with Nakobe Dean being out, Green Dot now being with Zack Baun?
Well, there's always a concern because Nakobe Dean has been a fantastic linebacker this year. You asked me, 8 months ago, I'd say no big deal if Nakobe Dean was out. Now it is a big deal, but it's not a very good running football team for the Dallas Cowboys. And so if you were facing Derrick Henry, if you were facing, Jonathan Taylor, some of the other better running backs in the National Football League, the Dean loss could be a little bit bigger. Not necessarily massive, but I think Oren Burks has had enough snaps so far through the course of the regular season, in and out with, Dean getting a stinger here, playing in the fourth quarter of some blowout football games. He should be just fine. Nope. I think you're muted.
It changed whenever I went to the new screen.
Go.
Okay, there we go. Deuce Vaughn is one of the inactives. We've got T.J. Bass and a couple others as well. Not a whole lot of huge surprises for the inactives on this side now, but earlier in the week, the CeeDee Lamb news, you wondered, was he going to play? He was gutting it out through a shoulder injury. This team beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, people realize that, but you beat them by 2 points. A game that a lot of people, I think, expected Tampa's just going to go in there and roll. Tampa has everything to play for. Dallas does not. They've already got injuries, Cooper Rush. But this Dallas team can't be slept on, even though they don't have CeeDee Lamb. But, they've been fighting tooth and nail towards the last into the 5 weeks, 4 wins in their last 5. But it feels like, that the CeeDee Lamb loss, there's just not enough firepower for this. Like, how in the world is this group, and I don't want to jinx it again, so I'll say that, knock on wood, but how does this group put up enough points to really challenge the Eagles today? Do you see there's any way for them to do that?
Well, Brandon Cooks, obviously still a receiver. He's come on the past couple of games, especially during, winning the 4 of their last 6, as you mentioned. Kevontae Turpin is something interesting to watch today. One of my underdog picks we'll get to here. Not going to be shown, but I do have him scoring a touchdown as somebody receiving the football who could actually go ahead and score. It's a tall task, Josh, and it's going to be a real big bounce-back week with the Philadelphia Eagles. Their goal today is very simple. Win this game, make sure it's comfortable, and hope you don't have to play your starters late into the fourth quarter because you need to be healthy as well coming out of this game. So let's just hope that Dallas is, as we'd expect, not so great without CeeDee Lamb.
Absolutely. And I think that it's going to happen. So there's a couple areas where we can, have this emphasis. And you mentioned Underdog. So shout out to Underdog. Scan the QR code. Use code Philly Special. Appreciate the sponsorship there. For the plays, as we do every single week, and we talk about, areas to take advantage of. So Thomas, start us out there. Your picks and plays. You had a couple, but we're going with kind of the first, maybe the most realistic or the easiest, best chances to hit for both of our sides. But what you got?
Yeah, I got a little 5X here. Saquon, I'm going to go longest rush over 20.5, I think, or higher, I should say. That feels like a given. He was really good against the Dallas Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. A little bit of an interesting second half with Kenny Pickett last week. Are they going to get the running game going more so throughout the game today? I think he breaks at least 1. Cooper Rush is going to take at least 3 sacks. I'm higher than 2.5 today. Kenny Gainwell, I'm on those rushing stats. First half rushing higher than 6.5 rushing yards. That's 1 carry. That's all we need. And then Grant Calcaterra, first half receptions. He just has to catch 1. That's still going to be the hardest one for me, but maybe him and Kenny Pickett have a little more rapport, I should say, being the fact he is normally the number 2 tight end when Dallas Goedert is healthy.
There you go. I like that. You do love the Kenny Gainwell picks.
Can't stop it.
It's credit to you, though, but it's been pretty dominant. Matt Johnston with the troll here says Rico Dowdle is better than Saquon. Okay, Matt. We appreciate you nonetheless. There's lunacy as always, but still appreciate it. The other play that I'm going to show up here as well is Saquon. I agree. You got to take Saquon for something, right?
Yeah.
Against this Dallas Cowboys defense, as you said, still they're going to probably focus on it quite a bit. About 3 minutes away from kickoff, by the way, so we will have that. But I'm taking Saquon over 22 rushing attempts. So
okay.
Take that. It feels like you got the record that it's slightly within reach. It's going to be
slightly.
If you win this game, then it's probably not. I know some people hated that on the video that I did recently. Like, oh, stop hating on him. I'm not hating. I want him to get the record. But if you win today, you're not going to run him 25 times next week.
Right.
He may not even play. So
right.
22.5 over rushing attempts. I got Jake Ferguson over 3.5 receptions. CeeDee Lamb's out. I don't know who else besides, you said Brandon Cooks, but Brandon Cooks, Jake Ferguson, that's where the ball's going to have to be thrown to him a decent amount. DeVonta Smith, I'm taking over 45 receiving yards.
Okay.
I think that, if Dallas is stacking the line of scrimmage, trying to do what Washington did, DeVonta gets an opportunity to make amends for the drop pass last week. I know we don't want to mention that, but still. And then A.J. Brown, I'm going to take the anytime touchdown score for him. I thought about flipping maybe those two, take the anytime for DeVonta and the yards for A.J., but AJ's he's unreal in the red zone. And Kenny Pickett targeted him 15 times last week. I would be surprised if it's not another 15 targets today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go anytime touchdown for A.J. Brown.
Okay.
So DeVonta Smith, A.J. Brown should be a decent day. We'll see what Kenny Pickett can do. We do appreciate all you guys watching. Again, we're almost up to 1,000 already. Hit the like button if you haven't. We got a couple super chats I want to make sure and hit before we get to the kickoff. Just a couple minutes away here. Hertz News with a 2 said, hey, how are you both doing today? Well,
doing great. Ready for a win, right? We're coming off a loss. We hadn't felt a loss in 10 weeks. Kind of feel like, let's see what it feels like to win again. That's the goal today.
Yes, it felt unusual because we had just gone so many weeks of like, all right, hey, you know what? But it's a way to refocus, reset, get right back on track, get some guys healthy. Bryce Huff, we should mention too, is in the lineup, so maybe he helps contribute to your over 2.5 sacks. Maybe not. Some people disagree. But we do appreciate that. Hurts news doing better. Like I said, I'm probably like 70% ish from the flu game, but we're much better than, gosh, a couple days ago felt like death. So we're here. We're here and present. Ryan with a 5. Appreciate it, Ryan. Said, let's see, how is everyone, I guess, in the link right now. Let's go get this dub. Oh, okay.
There you go.
I guess he's at the link. Oh, yeah. Okay. Not a better place to be then.
Gotta like that, huh?
Game. Heck yeah. And then Brandon Martin with a 2 said, I shaved my head again for good luck.
Okay.
Go Birds.
Okay, yeah. Tell Nick Sirianni to do the same, right? That should have been the first thing he did after the loss last week is reshave that head. Maybe he'll do it for the playoffs. How about that?
He really needs to. Yes, I totally agree. Brandon, shout out to you doing your part. We appreciate everybody as well. There we go. There is almost getting here close to kickoff. Look at a couple other areas here. Let's hear the score predictions. I've seen a couple of those already. It doesn't feel like I've seen any, honestly, really even close predictions. There's the closest one so far that I saw, I think, was like a 17-13, maybe a lower scoring. I can somewhat understand. Actually, Kristen Romaniello says 27-24 Birds win by a field goal.
Okay, that's pretty close.
It's a little bit dicey.
Let's hope it's not that close.
I feel like it'll be a little bit closer, or a little bit more of a win for the Eagles than coming down to the wire like that. But I guess you never know. Speaking of field goal, I'll just mention this as it's probably appropriate for talking about getting to the kickoffs. But Jake Elliott was seen warming up.
Yep.
Getting kickoffs in.
For kickoffs, yep.
So was doing that in practice, and it looks like finally, hopefully, does that change or impact things for long-distance field goals? Who really knows? I guess we might see today, but it can't be worse. I think I saw several comments from that going like, look, I don't care because it can't be worse than what Braden Mann. No offense to Braden Mann. He's a punter. The kickoffs were okay in good weather. Now it's going to be a little bit of a, not an equal level playing field because today is like 62 degrees and zero rain, not a lot of wind. But still, it's Jake Elliott. So I'm like, all right, I like to see that out there. So who knows? Maybe it makes an impact.
See a 30-20 here from Brian Westbrook. Joseph Mina, 35-14. There's some bigger ones. Waffle says 24-23. That's pretty close. I'm at 27-17. I think the Birds win by 10 in that kind of area, but I think the offense might struggle a little bit. I don't know if I'm fully sold on the idea the offense is going to be, go on without a hitch. The strength of the Dallas Cowboys right now is that defense. It's not fantastic, but it's playing better. And we'll see. Kenny Pickett has a lot to lose today and a lot to gain. He plays well. Maybe a fringe starting quarterback job, a quarterback competition somewhere around the league could be real possible next season.
There we go. It is officially Jake Elliott kicking off, by the way, so I do see that. So
okay, I might need to restart my screen here because I am
on a commercial right now. I'm still in commercial, by the way. No, I was just saying that Zach Berman tweeted and said it's officially Jake Elliott who will be kicking it off, which I assume means that the Eagles will be kicking it off if he's tweeting that. I don't know if
he's lining up for it.
Coin toss. But we should be very close. So I'm very similar, by the way. I've got 23-13 Eagles, so a 10-point spread. I would love it. Hey, if it's like 35-10, like Kenny Pickett goes out there, throws 300 yards,
that'd be nice.
Touchdowns, offense just dominates. That's fantastic. But yeah, I'm just like a little skeptical. Slower pace game, defensive, grinded out, run away with it late. We'll see. Fred Justin says, "Hey guys, watching from Arkansas again. Never miss your show. Love it."
There you go. Appreciate that. All right, well, I'm back. I got Nick Sirianni putting his headset on, rocking those really sweet Kelly Green hoodies here. Philadelphia, as you know, I don't have to tell you, Kelly Green jerseys, Kelly Green helmets, and they're going with the gray pants. Cowboys, white jerseys, silver helmets, and silver pants, blue socks as well. Devontae Turpin is going to be your kick returner as we're getting ready for another 1 o'clock kick here in Philadelphia. Their second to last home game, as they obviously are going to play the New York Giants. Sorry, they'll play the Giants next week, and then they'll get a home game for the postseason, which would be fantastic. Hopefully, multiple ones as well. As you called it, Jake Elliott, first time this season, puts the right foot on a kickoff. This one angled right, and is going to be way out the back of the end zone. Could have used that one last week many times. We'll see if that makes a difference going forward in this game here. But out comes Cooper Rush. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception in his last 5 games, a 100.5 rating. Big reason why the Cowboys are playing much better is because of number 10. No CeeDee Lamb today. That'll be something we go ahead and keep an eye on all day long. Look for a lot of 2 tight end looks here with Jake Ferguson leading the way there, and Rico Dowdle also coming along as their lead back. They'll start under center with Dowdle, the lone setback. Here we go. Play number 1 from the Cowboy 30, and that'll be a handoff to Dowdle on the left side. Nowhere to go. Runs into a wall of Eagles, including Josh Sweat and, of course, Oren Burks there, Josh. No Nakobe Dean. Doubtful with that abdomen injury, so Burks gets to start at middle linebacker today.
Here we go. You called it. Josh Sweat setting the edge. Run defense wanting to set the standard. Zack Baun said it in the press conferences earlier this week, as did Vic Fangio. Like, look, the guys are ready to bounce back. We want to go out there and prove something. We feel like we played well against Washington, just started to let things slip late.
Jordan Davis also in. A scary injury that looked scary last week with a knee. He's back in there at nose tackle. 2nd and 9 from the 31. Shotgun for Cooper Rush. Takes a snap. Blitz coming. Looks right. Throws right. Hit as he throw. Wide open, though. Caught Brandon Cooks. That's a first down for 15 on the right side in front of Darius Slay. Good throw and catch there from Cooper to Cooks, and there's the first Cowboy first down of the afternoon.
Man, that was Cooper Rush getting lit up by Jordan Davis on that play. Jalen Carter on that play. It looked like he was about to get pressure there, and then Cooper Rush gets it away wide open. You're right on that catch from Cooks, but man, pressure immediately on that play.
Gain of 15 up to the 46-yard of the Dallas Cowboys. Moving from our right to our left, here's an I formation. This will be a handoff left side to Turpin up the middle, and that's a really nice gain there. Dowdle. That'll be 8, maybe 9, tackled by Oren Burks, and a good first couple of plays here from the Dallas Cowboy offense. Be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, the interior matchup is going to be interesting. You look at the pass rush. Eagles definitely have an advantage, but the Cowboys' run game has been better recently, and so Rico Dowdle being a part of that, but also getting a little bit better blocking, going to be interesting to watch that matchup.
They're lining up again in the I formation with a fullback 2 receiver set. Dowdle, the lone back behind him. Here's a handoff to him. He gets hit, but he's going to fall forward and have a first down. That was Milton Williams, and so there's 2 first downs on the first 4 plays of the Dallas Cowboys opening drive, and they're approaching Eagle territory here with 12:59 to go here in the first quarter.
Zack Baun broke through that time, actually had an opportunity to bring him down for a loss and just missed the tackle.
1st and 10. Dowdle's got 3 carries for 12 yards. Cooper Rush is 1 for 1. This next snap will take place inside Eagle territory at the 43-yard line. Rush under center. Lone setback is Dowdle. 3 receivers top of the formation. Play action. Cooper rolling right. Throws caught, and that's going to be Turpin, who slides out of bounds there, pushed out by Cooper DeJean, and that'll be a gain of 7. That'll be 2nd down and 3.
So far, Dallas looking pretty comfortable. They're very on time. A lot of different play calls here. Everything's scripted, for the first drive, but so far, not a whole lot of being thrown off of what they want to do.
Jalen Tolbert checks into the game. He's slot to the near side. He had 2 catches and a touchdown in last week's win on Sunday night versus Tampa. Here's a 2nd and 3 from the Eagle 35. Shotgun. Rush with Dowdle to his right. Rush calls for the football. Blitz coming onto the left side. Rush is going to load up and go deep. Brandon Cooks left side, incomplete off his hands. Good coverage there from Quinyon Mitchell. That would have been a catch inside the 5. We have our first 3rd down of the game coming up. 3rd down and 3, but not shying away from Quinyon Mitchell in this opening drive.
And you'd love to see an interception at some point. Didn't see like Q would have been able to make that, but you can't get much closer. He's got a hold of Cook's jersey on the middle, but, it's not really obstructing anything there.
All right, here's the crowd getting loud for the first time today. 3rd and 3. The Cowboys are 25th in the NFL on 3rd down at about 36%. Here's a shotgun play from the Eagle 35. Rush, left foot forward, calls for the football. Eagles bring 5. Rush left, throws left. That's picked!
Go!
It's C.J. Gardner-Johnson!
Go!
There goes Johnson to the 45 to the 50. There he goes!
Yes!
He's not going to be touched. 20, 10, 5. It's a pick 6 for Philadelphia.
Touchdown!
And C.J. Gardner-Johnson does it again.
Let's go. You called it there, CJ, on the money. Coming up in the slant route, can read it all the way. Cooper Rush either doesn't see it or for some reason thinks he can get that in there before CJ does. Jumps the route, makes a great play. I mean, that is incredible. Incredible play. Way to get it started after the defense was the bend but don't break. We see a lot of times. Pick 6 from number 8.
Philadelphia's first pick six of the season. C.J. Gardner-Johnson leads the team in interceptions. And remember, Josh, he got ejected from that loss last week versus the Washington Commanders and called it, in his own words, BS. He said he didn't say anything. They threw him out for words as the extra point is up and good. And he gets some revenge on, say, the Dallas Cowboys today. 7-0 Philadelphia. And this is about as perfect of a start as you could hope for in a must-win NFC East game for the Philadelphia Eagles to make things really simple going into Week 18 next week. How about that?
Exactly what we wanted to see, baby. Right there. I saw some comments. I understand there's a little bit of nervousness, some anxiety. The defense letting Dallas kind of march down the field methodically, but it's an opportunistic defense. I know it's like the double-edged sword, because you saw it against Jayden Daniels. You have 5 turnovers or 5 takeaways, but you also give up 5 passing touchdowns. This defense, though, they've figured things out. I think Fangio's proven it. Like, hey, sure, you have a little bit of something that went off or went awry. You're going to fix it. But you love to see that this is not in years past, certainly last season as well. Go back to the Bucs game. It's soft, bend but don't break, but just take whatever you want. And it's not that. They adjust. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Like that slant over the middle last season or even pre-bye week was just, hey, there you go. Completion for first down. We'll tackle you afterwards. It's like, nope, CJ recognizes it, comes up. Like, if you want to throw it, fine, but I'm going to take it back to the house. So, heck yeah. It feels good to get an interception for a touchdown, too. Like you said, first pick six there. Big time.
Pretty rare. I also, not pictured in the pregame, have an underdog 3-person parlay, or a pick 'em, I should say, and one is a Gardner-Johnson pick. I need a sack from, I think it's Josh Sweat, and a sack from, who is it? Micah Parsons, and we'll get a little 3 for $73. So didn't put enough on there, but we
okay,
might be off to a good start. We'll see.
Not a bad. That's exactly what you need to happen to start out. Let's go. Yeah, there's a. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, it just felt like Gardner-Johnson against the Cowboys is almost a guarantee. And against Cooper Rush, historically, that's been absolutely fantastic. He's had, 3 now in all 3 games that he's played against Cooper Rush, especially going back to 2022? Not bad. Not bad.
Got a history there. That's for sure. The dogs love it, I think, if you can hear them in the background. Existence with a 5. I didn't see a comment, but we do appreciate the support.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Devin with a 5 also says, I was wrong on who picked it, but I still called first touchdown as a pick 6. Go Birds, baby. That's true.
Hey,
that is true.
Close enough.
I did say
close enough.
Predictions on who would score the first touchdown. So would be giving away any Eagles jersey of their choice. So I'll be drawing for that at the end of the game, as long as the Eagles win, but we will see there. Jasper with a 2 says, crazy how big of a development CJ has had this year.
Mm-hmm.
Much improved from week
Much
1,
improved.
2, 3, 4. Sam Lewis with a 5 as Jake Elliott kicks it again, almost completely out of the end zone, but enough for a touchback. Sam Lewis with a 5 says CJ here to make a statement after that ejection last week. There you go. Yes.
Yep. Sure seemed that way. That was the last pick 6, or the first pick 6 since week 17 of 2023. The Cardinal disaster. That was Sidney Brown. A couple minutes later, he tore his ACL, and the Eagles would lose that game and basically kill any hope that we Eagle fans had of a deep playoff run. But that is a very fun pick 6. And now the Eagle defense, after Gardner-Johnson gets a little puff of oxygen on the sideline, back out there, Josh. Got to wait to see Kenny Pickett. Here's drive number 2 for Cooper Rush. I think a lot of runs maybe to start this one. From the 30-yard line, Rush under center in a hole down 7-0. It is a Dowdle run off the left side, bounces it to the right, and he gets about 3, maybe 4. There's Erwin Burks, another tackle, as he's going to be very active today in for the injured Nakobe Dean. And Josh, we mentioned what's at stake today, right? You win, you are obviously the NFC East champs. That is the first goal every single team has, is win their division when they start mini camps in the offseason. Obviously, a win today secures at least the 2 seed. A win today also technically keeps you alive for the 1 seed, at least for a couple more hours, until the Vikings and the Monday Nighter with the 49ers, of course, playing against the Lions. Here's a 2nd and 7 run, and that's going to be pretty good there from Kevontae Turpin. That'll be a first down off the left side. He gets exactly 7. They're running the football pretty well early, Josh, and a fresh set of downs as they go hurry up now for Rush in this Cowboy offense. Oh, wow, no, 3rd and 1. They actually called him short. They're going to sneak it with Rush and get it. So there's your first down. Little delayed, but there's the first down.
All right. The dogs are going crazy, so I'm kind of off and on a mute, but
You're good. You're good. 10:33 to go here, first quarter. Jalen Carter getting a break on the sideline right now. 7-0 Philadelphia, just joining us, a Gardner Johnson interception about 5 minutes ago. Cowboys offense has moved the ball pretty well. They're up to the Cowboy 41 right now, moving from our right to our left. Rush under center, Dowdle the lone setback. 2 tight end look for the Cowboys. Here's a play action and a really, really deep drop and a throw left side way over the head of Brandon Cooks. And there is some good defense by Darius Slay and Cooper DeJean. Second down and 10. A lot of play-action game early in this one right now.
Little trickery there, but you love to see they didn't fall for it. Keep them open.
Second and 10, and that was, of course, the first Cooper Rush pass following the pick six. He's 2 for 5 for 23 yards and that interception. Philadelphia swaps out Jordan Davis. In comes Moro Ojomo as your second defensive tackle, along with Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Josh Sweat, your 4. Looks like they're only going to bring 4. Second and 10 from the Cowboy 40. Shotgun for Cooper Rush. Dowdle to his left. Takes the snap with a 4-man pressure. All day to throw. Looks left. Throws left. That's going to be caught. What a catch there. And out of bounds is going to be, I believe it's Williams, as he was right in front of Quinyon Mitchell. It'll be a first down and a gain of 12. And minus the interception, Cooper Rush has looked pretty good with this Cowboy offense. Their 5th first down so far between their first 2 drives.
Yeah, that is a good catch. Gets a little separation on that one. Bend but don't break. Getting those yardage, like you said, though.
And no CeeDee Lamb today, so it's going to be a lot of Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert and obviously Brandon Cooks. Here's Devontae Turpin, big hole, and he's going to have a first down and more, and then chopped down at the Eagle 33-yard line. Shoves Cooper DeJean afterwards as well. That was a massive hole off the left side. As the teams come together, a little bit of a scuffle there. The Birds fans start booing, but that's at least a 12-yard gain as Turpin explodes out of the backfield for another first down for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it was hard to see if I think he just tripped up by his own player, so then he got tackled. I don't know if he had an issue with Cooper DeJean, a little shove afterward. You don't mind the physicality. It's a rivalry for a reason.
Even with all the players out for the Cowboys, you know they want this one bad. It's a first down play from the 35-yard line. This is a toss right to Rico Dowdle. He's got a long way to go to get some yards and actually goes nowhere. And there's Josh Sweat, Oren Burks, look like Thomas Booker, and I believe another Eagle in there as well. That's 5 Eagles around the football. And that's actually no gain. Second down and 10 now for the Cowboy offense. That was Josh Huff, or Bryce Huff actually back in. His first snaps in like over a month.
Yeah. Don't forget about that guy. He can make an impact. Mario with the 2, by the way, says, at the game, the energy's electric after that pick 6. Adam with a 5 said $5 for the $5 for the pick 6. We appreciate that.
There you go. Love that. Bryce Huff is back in. He's in a 4-point stance with that club around the left hand. We'll see how he does here on a second down and 10 shotgun play. Delayed handoff, Turpin up the middle, nowhere to go. And there's the Eagle run defense we've come to know and love today, really overall this year, as Milton Williams look like Oren Burks in. Stop after a gain of 1 to be third down and 9.
Yeah, you love that recognition there. They've been running it well, like you mentioned. You notice, though, this is a delayed handoff. Milton Williams shedding the block, as did Oren Burks. And I think Jalen Carter was a third Eagle on that one as well.
They've been all over it. Of course, showing us the defensive numbers from 2023 versus 2024. But last week, the 5 passing touchdowns was a big factor in the Eagles' first loss in 10 weeks. At hand, though, a 3rd and 9 from the Eagle 34. Rush in the gun, takes a snap. 5-man pressure. Looks in the pocket, looks right, throws right. That's going to be caught. There's Brandon Cooks on Slay again, and he's going to be inside the Eagle red zone. That's at least 15. There is a flag. It's going to be a hold on the defense. It won't matter.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Oh, and maybe a hold on the offense, actually. Hang on. Nope, Cooper Rush is saying it's on Philly. It is. They're going to get Darius Slay on a hold, and he gives up the reception. And there is Brandon Cooks today, Josh. He's cooking this Eagle defense right now.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if it's... He got beat. I don't know if that's necessarily a hold on Slay too much, because Cooks uses that to get leverage. You wondered as we saw it was a little bit late, but Slay was stumbling. Either way, I mean, he got beat. It was going to be a first down, but not the best coverage there.
That is the 21st catch for Brandon Cooks on the season. Ball at the Eagle 12. Rush goes under center. Turn give to Dowdle up the middle. Big gain there. He's going to have at least 6, maybe 7, down to the Eagle 5. and they are inside the Bird red zone, Josh. So the first opening drive of the game went to Dallas. They threw a pick six to Gardner Johnson, giving the Birds the lead. The problem is the Eagle offense has not been out there for a minute so far. They have 0 total yards, haven't touched the football, and I think you're starting to see a little bit of wear and tear on a gassed Eagle defense. See if they can hold in the red zone, though. 2nd and 3. They can get a first down at the 2 officially. 6:34 to go opening quarter. Rush under center. In comes Zeke Elliott is your lone setback. Rush takes a snap. Turn, give Elliott up the middle. Spins out of 1 tackle. There's Jalen Hunt. What a stop.
There we go.
Morojomo got there first. It's a loss of 3 as Hunt cleaned it up. It's going to be 3rd down and back him up to 6. Let's see if the Bird defense can hold in the red zone here. That's a good, explosive play from Morojomo.
Yeah, you called it there. Able to split through. Cooper Beebe not able to get it. The Cowboys center and Morojomo splits, able to get his hands on Elliott first. And Zeke does not have the same juice, as we all know, that he used to. So that's going to be wrapped up pretty quickly.
Here comes play number 19 on offense for the Dallas Cowboys. A 3rd down and 7 from the Eagle 9. They can still get a first down at the 2. Rush is going to go empty 5 receivers. Takes the snap in a 3-man rush. Step in the pocket. Looks across the middle. Fired incomplete. It's batted down.
There we go.
Nolan Smith got a hand on it. There is a flag. Please. And I think it's in the Eagles secondary. I think it's on Philadelphia.
Oh, gosh. Please no.
Waiting on the call here. They're going to get a defensive holding, and they're going to get Oren Burks, and that's going to be an automatic first down. Philadelphia had to stop there.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. 1st and goal now for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, they're saying it should have been on Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
they called it on Oren
clearly
Burks.
On Nolan Smith there. Yeah, pretty obvious. Not necessary either. That's the bummer part. Either way, 1st and goal. 5:42 to go here in the opening quarter. Ball officially at the 4.5-yard line. Zeke in the game, standing to the left of Rush in the gun. Rush calls for it. He's going to throw. Looks left, throws fade route. That's going to be caught. It's a touchdown, and it's Jalen Tolbert over Quinyon Mitchell. That will look pretty easy, Josh, and Dallas is an extra point away from tying this one up. Back-to-back weeks where the Quinyon Mitchell effect, Quinyon Bay, has given up a touchdown pass.
I mean, it's not the worst coverage. He's pretty close there, and they're just fighting at that point. It's a good throw from Cooper Rush. Great catch. But, man, you despite the turnover, the pick 6 for C.J. Gardner-Johnson to start off the scoring, that is it's a good drive from Dallas, but it's just one of those from the Eagles. But that time they broke, and you just slowly let him march down the field.
Comes the extra point, up and good. And we have a tie football game here. That's 6 passing touchdowns yielded by the Philadelphia Eagle defense in the past 4.5 quarters. Someone pinch me. It doesn't feel real. They have been exceptionally bad through the air, and no difference here so far early in this Cowboy-Eagle matchup as we go to commercial break.
Man, that was not good at all.
Not good.
I don't know what to say. You kept thinking, like, okay, there was an opportunity, but it's a combination of the defense not being that great for the passing, but then you allow a run here or there, and then the penalties. Because if you'd stopped it on the incompletion, if Nolan Smith hadn't held, I mean, you're perfectly fine.
Checking on some other NFL scores in the 1 o'clock hour right now, Josh. Bills up 7-0 over the Jets. Buffalo basically locked into the 2 seed with a win today. They're a very similar situation as Philadelphia. Raiders 3, Saints 0 in a battle for draft position early in the first quarter. Colts 3, Giants 0. Be shocked if Dallas or if the Giants actually try and win that game as they are desperate to get Shedeur Sanders in the number 1 overall pick. Panthers, they're playing much better. Philadelphia knows that. 7-7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are in a must-win situation. And the Jaguars-Titans, rainy matchup in Jacksonville between 2 3-win football teams. It's 3-0 Jaguars. Not a lot of important games that are happening in the early slate, minus the Philadelphia Eagle one we're watching right now.
Not too many. Not the best, best dominant offense. Although people, for fantasy implications, there's some that are still out there. So good luck to those.
Very true.
Christian Tivis, by the way, with a 2. Appreciate that. Says, you think Elliott doing kickoffs again will help his field goals? I don't know.
We're going to find out. Hadn't kicked one yet, but we're going to find out.
I couldn't imagine that it would hurt, but, who really knows, I suppose, but it can't be worse. It's go out there, get a little extra reps, kick the football, see how the wind hits it when you kick it directionally, all things like that. So, I don't know. Chad Brown with a 2. Says, just need a Quinyon INT today. Yes.
Be
especially
nice.
after giving up the touchdown there. It would be nice to get him a pick. Finally
It
get
would
on
be
the board there.
nice.
It's been a while. We keep saying it every single week. It still hasn't happened
Been
yet.
a long time. Been a very long time. As we get ready to come back from commercial break, looks like it's going to happen here pretty darn soon. 7-7 Philadelphia, and we're finally going to see the Eagle offense, Josh.
It's weird that it's been that long, but that's what happens, I guess, on a pick six turnover. Canucks breaks with a 2. Says this is going to be a tough game. Lord have mercy.
Could be. Let's hope not. It really depends what the Eagle offense is going to look like because Cowboys have 19 total plays on their first 2 possessions, Josh. And they look pretty good. Eagle defense scrambling a little bit as Brandon Aubrey kicks this one away, angling right. It's actually returnable. There's our boy Isaiah Rodgers from the 3. Rodgers to the 10, the 20, 25. Makes a man miss. Sorry, this is actually Kenny Gainwell, and he's going to be tackled across the 35 to the 37. I saw the 4. Didn't look for the 1 or the 3. That's a nice return there from Kenny G. It'll be the first time we see Kenny Pickett, the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, in that Kelly Green number 7, 14-10 as a starter. And he's going to have some good field position, Josh, starting at the 37-yard line.
Here we go. How does the Eagles offense respond or answer? First scripted drive here. It's been 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Didn't expect that, but we'll see.
2 tight end look. They got Uzama and Calcaterra in pistol formation. And we have a blown whistle here and a flag. And so potentially a false start for Philadelphia. So a little shaky, and then here comes the call. It is a false start. They're going to get Landon Dickerson, the left guard. And so there's a 5-yard penalty, and Bird offense is off to a slow start here, at least on their first play.
Lovely. We're all right. Just a couple more yards.
Now 1st and 15, ball back at the Eagle 34, moving left to right. They change up the formation here and go Pickett in the gun. Saquon Barkley well in the MVP race to his left. Let's see who gets the first touch. It will be a pass as Pickett's going to throw way over the head of A.J. Brown, trying to find a slant there, and that is incomplete. And so trying to get 11 going early to no avail, 2nd and 15.
Well, you knew there would be targets to A.J. Brown, so first play of the game, not a surprise. As you said, though, Thomas, that was airmailed by about 5 feet over AJ's head.
All right, here we go. There's a good stat. Philadelphia with anyone but their starting quarterback, 4-11-1 all time. Here's a pistol 2nd and 15 play action play as Pickett rolls to his left, still rolling, still looking, still throwing, and now he's going to tuck it out of bounds. That did not look good. And here comes a very fast 3rd and 15, Josh, for an Eagle team that just needs to win one game in their final 3 to win the NFC East, and failed to do it last week and very early, but so far it's not been great on either side of the football.
Yeah, long game, long way to go. Got to get Kenny in a rhythm, and I know that's what you could say for any quarterback there. I don't love the scroll out to the opposite side or the roll out to the opposite side on his left. He faked to run it there. No one's going to buy that. The rib injury, the extra flak jacket protection, he's not going to take any hits. So, Dallas views him as one-dimensional.
3rd and 15 from the Eagle 34. Pickett in the gun. Gainwell motions out in the orbit motion. There's a quick pass to Gainwell out of the backfield, and he's going to make one man miss and then go forward for about 4. And so, as expected, not a lot on that 3rd and 15 play. Check it down, gain 4, and the Birds go 3 and out. They will punt with 5:04 and a running clock left in this first quarter in a tie ball game.
It's hard to go anywhere, obviously, if you move backwards starting out. But the false start, the incompletion, another incompletion, made it pretty tough. Hear a lot of boos on the broadcast. Not sure what they're showing replay-wise. Did Kenny get...
I don't know. They're not showing us on the actual broadcast. No. Just Greg Olsen complaining about something is what we're hearing. We're not getting anything on the actual broadcast.
Can't see it.
In comes Braden Mann, gets this one away from his own 31-yard line, angling out of bounds. And, that's perfectly placed. That's going to kick out of bounds at the 8-yard line. And some pretty bad field position for Cooper Rush as we have a little fight breaking out in the end zone. Looks like Sidney Brown, Jalix Hunt are going hand in hand. And if you didn't know it was Eagles-Cowboys yet, Josh, I think the boos in the background and the team scuffling a couple of times is a pretty good indication.
It's pretty obvious by this point. Everybody knows. Everybody can feel it. You saw the intensity. I mean, Dallas brought the intensity with the offensive possession. So Need to respond. It was never going to be easy, especially against a rivalry like this, but
Get some text from my buddies Mike and Lamb, who are there at the link and saying the refs are missing a couple of pretty obvious calls. They must have been flashing those on the Jumbotron, not showing us on the broadcast, but that's what he was saying what the boos were all from. So, obviously, early day for the referees against Philadelphia seems to be. Josh, I saw a stat on Twitter that the Eagles have had so many more penalties go against them this year than their opponents that it does seem a little bit skewed against Philadelphia if we were people to complain about the refs. We don't do that, right?
Right. Well, we're not going to complain about it. But if we were to complain about it, I did see the same stat that you're talking about. It was like one in, I think like 1 in a million. The odds, the chances that you would have so few penalties called for you and so many penalties called against you at the same combination in big moments of the games. So, but it's just a number. We won't complain about it. But if there were some that would, there's some credence to it. So
very true. Very true.
Jasper with a 2 says Quinyon gave up his second touchdown of the year. Yeah, that was on him. That was all him.
It's not good. Not good. Yep. I mean, listen, Q has been fantastic, but maybe teams are starting to try to pick on him and just kind of see what he has, because any team that's gone against Philadelphia and not thrown Quinyon's way has gotten beat. That's basically been the case. I mean, a couple of catches here and there across the last 10 games where they won, and maybe last week, Commander said, screw it, let's just try and throw the football his way. It worked. Maybe Dallas sees the same thing. Something to keep an eye on today. As Q obviously is still a great player, but maybe teams are figuring him out a little bit more, or at least wanting to challenge him a little bit more this afternoon.
Shout out to CB Flash. I didn't catch this a second ago, but Bryce Huff is questionable to return with a shoulder injury. So was already just coming back from the wrist injury, but now Bryce Huff is dealing with a shoulder injury.
Not good. Yeah, that was very quick. We'll see if he comes back in, but that does not look very good overall. Here is actually, they're giving us the replay now of what happened, and it was a looked like a Cowboy linebacker shoving. Shoving DeVonta Smith before the pass, and then a very obvious face mask on Eric Kendricks on Kenny Gainwell. So there was back-to-back plays. Oh, and Smitty's holding his wrist after that play, after the cheap shot. So, oh boy, keep an eye on that. All right, 1st and 10, 4:29 to go here, first quarter. Cowboys back at their own 9-yard line. Birds come on a blitz. Quick pass, right side incomplete. They try to get Kevontae Turpin on a screenplay. Good job by Cooper DeJean. Came from a slot blitz, got in the throwing lane. That's an incompletion. There's Smitty on the sideline shaking out that right hand. Doing one of these numbers. He should be okay, but we'll see.
Man, you hate to see that. Mike Oman with the 5 said, before Pickett threw it out, Smith got shoved to the ground. Yeah, they just finally showed it to us.
Yep.
Like 5 minutes after it happened, but there you go.
2nd and 10, ball again at the Cowboy 9. Rush in the gun, Dowdle to his right. Bird defense coming off a 17-play scoring drive. Here's a run up the middle for Dowdle, and he's going to get about 3 or 4. It'll be 3rd down, let's call it 6. Good tackle there by Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Josh, in potentially for Oren Burks. We got to keep an eye on that.
That is interesting. What if we have another injury there, or is that just like a decision to make of throw out the rookie? We want to see him.
It was Oren Burks' job. It's been his job anytime he's had to fill in for Nakobe Dean, but out again there. There's Trotter Jr. in Kelly Green. Looks pretty fun. He's next to Zack Baun standing at the 20-yard line. At hand of 3rd and 6. Birds putting 4-man pressure. Here's a run at Dowdle up the middle, and he's not going to get there. Good tackle by Josh Sweat. He is about 2 yards short. Be 4th and 2, and they are going to punt, I believe, Josh. And there's a quick 3 and out. Good adjustment by the Bird defense.
All right, well, there you go. I'd like to see that. Always nice to get a stop. Interesting play call on a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 to run the football. But, I mean, I guess they've gashed Philly a couple times to maybe try to catch them off guard. Could end up getting good field position here.
Cooper DeJean is back deep to return this one. Dallas has their punter standing at the 4. And we got a shot at DeVonta Smith getting his right wrist taped up. Looks like he'll stay in the game, though. Here comes the kick. Did they get it off in time? Boy, I thought they didn't, but sure enough, there's the Dallas Cowboy kick. It's high, and it's going to be fielded by DeJean at the Eagle 35. Gets around one man, stiff arms another. He's got a long way to go, though, to gain yardage, and he's going to be gang tackled and potentially be down at the 37-yard line. And that's where you'll see Kenny Pickett and the Bird offense, fresh off their first 3 and out of the day when we come back from commercial break. No Saquon Barkley yet, Josh.
It's kind of an obvious, like you might as well just go ahead and run the football with Saquon. Let's make life easier. Just double check and make sure. I know Dallas, I'm sure, is going to be selling out anyway to stop Saquon, but just make them prove it to you that they can stop it. Andrew K with a 5 saying the NFL thinks we care more about Pam Oliver and her S wig than what's going on in the field.
All right. There you go. We got some Pam Oliver haters in the chat right now.
Some people do.
Yeah, it was weird that they cut to her. I mean, they obviously had a plan to go down to her on the sideline. Also, Josh, you notice the Eagles have a new sideline reporter today. It is no longer Howard Eskin. They have, I believe, a local NBC affiliate reporter, I believe. I'm blanking on her name, but it'd be your first day.
Yeah, Devin.
First game. And who is it again?
Devin Kearney.
Is it Kearney?
Okay. I think so, yeah.
Devin Kearney. Yeah, that was kind of strange. They didn't make an announcement at all. It was just kind of a surprise before the start of the game. Hey, Howard's not here. We have somebody new. So maybe someone will get a report on that one.
Well, I think they tried to hide it a little. I don't know exactly what's going on, and I know people want to have bunches of ideas and reasons and everything else, but I did see a little cryptic, Friday just news dump, and not even a news dump really, but I think that Howard had posted on his Twitter, I believe, saying oh, I'm going to try something new. I don't know if you're the Eagles sideline reporter that you're I want to do something else.
Yeah.
But he made it seem that way, to go with it. So maybe you're able to try to control the narrative. But yes, it is new Eagles sideline reporter.
Fun fact, if you're watching us, you're not going to get to hear them. So doesn't make a difference whether it's Howard Eskin or anybody else. You're hanging out with us today. We appreciate you guys on that one. 2,300 people in the chat right now. Need to get some more likes. Hit the thumbs up button down below. We would appreciate that. At least the Eagle defense finally got a 3 and out. Now the question becomes, what will the Eagle offense do when they get back from commercial break? I will say, Josh, quick score check here. Giants 7, Colts 3. New York Giants are in a very tight battle for the number 1 overall draft pick, and winning today would be about the worst possible thing that they could do in order to maybe tank their chances of potentially getting Shedeur Sanders, who didn't play very well last night, although the media won't tell you that. I mean, geez, they really tried to hide the fact that they got boat raced by BYU, but that is definitely the game worth watching right now that's not happening inside Philadelphia. But either way, we come back. So, Bird offense is back out there. Is DeVonta Smith? That's the question, as we got 2:48 to go here in quarter number 2. Kenny Pickett, so far, no first downs. Birds have not gained a single yard on offense, and as of right now, no DeVonta Smith. It is Johnny Wilson, along with A.J. Brown. So, keep an eye on that. Saquon Barkley, the lone setback. Bird is taking the ball from the 36-yard line. Pickett under center, takes a snap, turn to give Barkley. There's his first touch and lowers the head for a gain of 2. And so with Johnny Wilson in, that would probably tell you maybe DeVonta Smith is going to be out for an extended period of time. He was still on the sideline, getting that right hand taped up after the cheap shot by the Dallas Cowboys, and he's not in there for snap number 2 of this drive.
Yeah, hopefully just a little extra time required to fix it up, and he's okay.
159 yards away from 2,000 for Saquon Barkley. He's in the Wildcat right now. He'll take that snap and keep it running right side, and Barkley's going to get 3, maybe 4, and that was a pretty interesting backfield that included Kenny Gainwell, Saquon Barkley, and I believe it was Johnny Wilson back there as well. And so now we have a 3rd down and short, but 2 touches there for Saquon Barkley after 0 on drive number 1.
All right. Didn't expect to see the Wildcat that early, but hey, whatever it takes to get Saquon the ball.
A.J. Brown, and it is C.J. Uzomah. They're going to go with a 2 tight end look here, and a whistle has now blown, and looks like Dallas is taking a timeout. Yep, Dallas, timeout.
All right.
So 3rd and 3 is going to be at hand after this timeout here. They must not have liked something in terms of the alignment, but big chance for the Eagles offense to get their first down. Pickett, 1 completion, Josh. It was that dump off to Kenny G that gained 4 yards, but overall, nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing impressive so far from this first quarter offensively. Granted, they have not had the ball much, but...
All right. No Jalen Hurts. He's not even on the sideline of this game. Obviously, he's still in concussion protocol, and so depending on how severe the concussion is, he could not be spotted for a couple more days after this game. Probably not playing next week unless they have a chance to take the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
But all that doesn't matter. Ball at the Eagle 44-yard line. They need 3 yards to get a first down. Pickett under center. 3 tight end look right now, with Uzama now moving back to the fullback position. Here's a handoff to Saquon Barkley. Bounces it out, and he's not going to get the first down. He barely got a yard, and now you have a 4th and 2 situation, Josh, with no push capability, you would think, with Kenny Pickett, and they're going to punt. Yes,
Wow.
they are. Wow, all right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the automatic. You don't have the automatic anymore. So play the field position battle game, I guess.
Do you miss Jalen Hurts yet? That's the question we were asking ourselves last week, and that is the question we will continue to ask ourselves today. In comes Braden Mann for punt number 2. The Birds get no first downs. And that's going to be a punt off the right leg of Braden Mann. This is another really, really good one, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone. And that will be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the Cowboy 20. So Philadelphia's offense is struggling early, Josh. Penalties, runs that don't go for much, and 7-7 ball game with the Birds' only score coming from C.J. Gardner-Johnson's pick 6 on the opening drive.
Yeah, a little slow start, a little lethargic. It's difficult when the offense doesn't get the ball for so long, with the pick 6 and the long drive by Dallas, but this was the question marks coming in. The reason why, you think about score predictions and saying it's going to be not in the 30s, not just a super dominant, fast pace, because it's a little bit more limited. I mean, we know that. The Eagles talk about having a game plan, but the RPO game, the zone read game is totally different whenever it's Kenny Pickett. You saw it against Washington. Yep. You're seeing it today. There's limited ability already, and then you add on the fact that he's got a rib injury with a flak jacket on, so he's not going to take off and run or take any hits. So, yeah, it's been the combination of that. If you're going to ask him to pass the football, you need to get him on a rhythm. But so far, and we haven't seen any sort of, hurry up. It feels like they could go there and maybe get a little bit of something going. But overall, you got an offense that does not look like they've woken up yet, a defense who's played okay. They gave up a couple drives, were able to get the pick 6, but it's I don't know, it's one of those games you don't want to end up being a nail biter, but so far you're almost 1 quarter down and you're going like, God, I don't know. This team hasn't fully gotten it going yet. They totally can. There's more than enough time. But, yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts is, you said it correct. I mean, Jalen Hurts is incredibly missed, but for people that want to knock him or doubt him or hate on him or whatever, he is so much more valuable than what people want to realize or what they want to say, because it's not even just offensive. The running game is so good because of him. The passing game is good because of him. The way the offense operates, but also defensively. The fact that the Eagles can sustain a drive for 6, 7, 8 minutes, give the defense a break, and then the defense come back in. It's complimentary football from all sides. And so you're not seeing it. As to no surprise, you don't have your starting quarterback. No team plays as well. But, yeah, the Eagles feel it drastically.
Keeping an eye on the injury news on at least DeVonta Smith. Did not play on that second drive after taking a cheap shot, hurting his right wrist. Bryce Huff, dealing with a left hand injury, came in for his first snap in over a month, and now he has gone to the locker room with a shoulder issue. And so there's DeVonta Smith on the sideline. He obviously has not gone to the locker room, but he did not take any snaps on the Birds' second possession. So 3 plays on the first drive, no yards and a punt. 3 plays in the second drive, 9 yards and a punt. And out comes Cooper Rush and the Cowboy offense for their third drive at a tie ball game from the 20. Rush under center, Dowdle behind him. They've run the football very well here, especially on first down. Here's a quick throw looking back to the right side, caught by Dowdle out of the backfield. He's going to get around the edge and still go for a gain of 8. Boy, Cooper DeJean had a chance to get him maybe a loss of 1, and instead Dowdle skirts around him for 8, maybe 9. It'll be second down and short.
A couple missed tackles and opportunities, not just Cooper DeJean, obviously on that one there, but a couple other opportunities for guys that not able to bring Dallas down, and it's led to other first downs, extending drives. Got to get it together.
2nd and 2, probably final play here of the first quarter from the Cowboy 26-yard line. This is going to be a run right side to Dowdle, and he's going to run into a gang of Eagle defenders, tackled by Moro Jomo for about 1 to be third down and 1 upcoming, and that's probably going to end quarter number 1.
All right. Well, 7-7. Not exactly how I would have expected this one to go, but after one quarter, you got what, 14 total yards for the Eagles, 117 for Dallas, but a 7-7 ball game.
Not so great. Not so great at all. As we check in on the other games happening right now, Buffalo still up 7-0 over the Jets. Raiders 3, Saints 0. Giants 7, Colts 3. Buccaneers 10, Panthers 7. Jaguar-Titan game, which if you're watching right now, you have might have some problems there. 3-0 Jaguars. Late games today, Dolphins, Browns, Miami, obviously trying to maybe keep pace for that 7th seed. Long way to go there. The cream of the crop, though, the Packers, Vikings on Fox, and then the nightcap on NBC, Falcons and Commanders. Both teams need wins there in order to keep pace in their respective playoff races as well.
A lot of really quality football games out there. That's
Yeah, a lot of fun ones today.
So
a lot of
great.
fun ones today.
There should be a very intriguing one, as you've mentioned and we talk about, but the Packers, the Vikings, Falcons, Commanders, those have some major implications playoff wise, but it's always just, strange this time of year because what happens. You start getting the difference of schedules. You already have the Thursday night football game, but Christmas with the Wednesday games was odd. It was cool to watch on Christmas, but odd on a Wednesday. And then you got Saturday games that start getting built in there, and then Sunday, Monday. So it's nice to have football on a lot of days of the week, but then it makes for a Sunday, and you're like, why are there so few games? Like, what teams are playing here? Why are there only these matchups? Getting close to the playoffs, though, so that's the good omen there.
Teams obviously trying to win games, and some teams trying to win the draft, or at least get a better draft pick, and that's something that we're lucky that we don't have to deal with right now in Philadelphia, because right now not playing for anything would definitely stink.
Here's an interesting stat for you, though. At this point right now, in the early action, because it's just the early Sunday games, but the quarterback with the most touchdown passes out of all quarterbacks is Drew Lock. Drew Lock has 2 touchdown passes, and the Giants are up on the Colts 14-3.
There you go.
It would be pretty comical if they won that game.
It would be. I mean, geez, getting a win today for the Giants would all but guarantee they're not going to get the number 1 overall pick. And then next week, obviously, if Philadelphia has nothing to play for, you're looking at starters definitely resting, backups playing, and another win would really mess up the New York Giants. A loss last week could be the best thing that could happen to Philadelphia in the long run. But a lot to go, though. A lot to go, though, as we come back here in the second quarter. Josh, you got it. 3rd and 1.
There we go. All right. Second quarter. Appreciate the 5 from Desmond, by the way. Didn't see a comment. Appreciate the 5.
Appreciate it.
Big 3rd and 1 here. Starting out the second quarter. Could get a big stop, but Cooper Rush in the gun. Takes the snap. Handoff Dowdle up the middle. Has a whole first down. Brought down, but a gain of 4 yards there.
It's been a big difference the past 2 weeks, Josh, is the really the point of attack on the offensive and defensive line for Philadelphia. This defensive line was hitting people in the backfield all the time during the 10-game win streak, and now, past 2 weeks, not really been the case. Teams are getting 4, 5, 8 yards a carry right now over the course of just 7 days.
It's crazy. It's a big difference. Ball on the 31 now. Cooper Rush going to take the snap. Screen pass there to Dowdle. Takes the catch and gets to the edge. Tackle for a gain of 2, but there's a flag on the play. And we'll see what this one is on.
This will be on Jalen Tolbert. He definitely got a block in the back on Cooper DeJean, and that's going to be a penalty that goes in the Eagles' favor for once. And that'll finally back him up, much to the rejoicement, or the excitement, I should say, and the rejoicing of the Eagle crowd to finally see something go against the Cowboys, holding on Jalen Tolbert.
We could use one of those. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Very, very
pretty
blatant.
obvious. Jeez.
Cooper DeJean getting a complete hold, takedown, block in the back, whatever you want to call it. Tyler with a 10 said Eagles the least penalized team against team in the NFL. Teams have the least amount of flags against the Birds. P.S. I missed Jalen, and get KP out. JK, anyone but Jalen isn't going to work in this offense. So
seems that way. I agree with basically everything.
All right, so after the hold is 1st and 20.
What is this, a timeout?
I can't tell what is. Did we get another timeout?
They're going back to huddle right now. I didn't hear any sort of whistle. Looks like they're putting the ball in the wrong hash, and so they've moved it to the left hash instead of the right hash. So refs are all over the place today, Josh.
Go figure. That seems to be pretty standard for the NFL by this point. Ball on the 22-yard line. Cooper Rush going to throw this time. 1st and 20. Left side has a man. It's complete on Quinyon Mitchell. And who is that?
Jonathan Mingo.
Oh, that's Mingo. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a pretty big gain there. Brings up now, instead of a first, or after a 1st and 20, you've got a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it's simple stop route on the left side, one-on-one with Quinyon Mitchell. They talk about the rookie wall, Josh. I don't know if I believe the rookie wall. You play 12, 13 games in college football. You're on 17 right now if you're in the NFL, and you're seeing Q and DeJean not as sharp as they had been earlier on in the season.
Your 2nd and 8, another pass for Cooper Rush right side. Has a completion almost up to the chains as Cooks, but brought down 1 yard short, so going to bring up another 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he got close to the line to gain at the Cowboy 42. Looks like he stopped at the 41-yard line. Obviously, no CeeDee Lamb, and so a lot of Brandon Cooks early. I should have taken the higher on my underdog fantasy picks because I think he would have beaten it by now. It was like 30 yards. He's definitely over that. 3rd and 1, though.
13 in the 2nd quarter and a timeout.
2nd one for Dallas. How about that? Looks like you're going to get Jeremiah Trotter Jr. the rest of the way, Josh. I mean, it's been, Oren Burks on that opening drive. It was Oren Burks last week filling in from time to time. We were told Oren Burks during practices over the course of the past couple of days, and now Trotter Jr. is the guy making the calls and being one of the starting linebackers on defense. There's no update as to why, though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Burks has struggled in his past in his career. I mean, you haven't seen him, this season really, but against coverage. But I don't know if in this game, I'm trying to think of like passes over the middle on the linebacker. If anything, it'd be more so just run defense. But I don't know if like after a drive, maybe Vic Fangio's like, you know what, forget it. Get out. We're putting in Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I don't know. It's odd. Big 3rd and 1 though. See if the Eagles can get a stop. Ball on the 41-yard line. Rush in the gun. Takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Going to throw it. Looking left side. Going to take a deep shot. Has a man there, and he just underthrows to the left. Had Mingo on Quinyon Mitchell with C.J. Gardner-Johnson pretty close in coverage as well, but incomplete. 4th and 1.
Yeah, I thought he had a step here, Josh. If he puts this out in front of Jonathan Mingo, working on a little stutter go on Quinyon Mitchell, that's probably a completion. He threw it to the left shoulder, should have let him inside a little bit more. Bird's lucky. I think Dallas will go for it. Give me a 2-second pause on your stream as well, Josh. Just to click, wait a second, and then click again. We should be fine.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
They're going to punt, though.
There we go. Okay. So we will get the punt. And the punt is away. This one, Cooper DeJean back there will fair catch at the 18 or 19-yard line. So that's where the Eagles will get the football coming back. See if the offense can get something going, a little more than what they had in the first quarter with 12:49 to play in the second quarter.
Gotta be very interesting to see how much longer the Eagle crowd tolerates Kenny Pickett. There are a lot of Tanner McKee fans I saw throughout my comment section. I'm sure you did as well, Josh, this week. And rightfully so. I tried to make the case that Tanner McKee's preseason might have been a little bloviated due to the fact he's playing against backups, and really the 2022 preseason was better than the 2023 preseason. But there are a lot of people that think that Tanner McKee has got a better arm, a more talented arm, and can work this offense better than Kenny Pickett. And whether you believe it or not, the Eagle coaching staff clearly doesn't agree with that. But it'd be very interesting to see if the Bird offense continues to struggle going into halftime if changes would be made. Tanner McKee said he's always ready for his name and number to be called, and he's just one play away from being the starting quarterback of a 12-win Eagle team.
It's totally fair. I mean, if you have struggles or issues, it's not like they wouldn't make that change, but yeah, it's just one that I saw the same comments, and it's like Tyler said earlier, no one's going to be Jalen. Like, as soon as you go with it, let's say you move on from Kenny Pickett, well, Tanner McKee is not going to present a challenge or a threat in the zone reads or the RPO. Like, the defense will be like, cool, you want to pull it? Like, you can take off and run, and we'll catch you with anybody. No offense to Tanner, but we've seen him try to run, like he's just not, speed's not his game, and that's fine, but it just totally changes the game. Now, at least he will push the ball down the field a little bit more. He could be aggressive, but there still comes with, risks and potentials of turnovers on that side. So, I don't know. They were always going to give Kenny Pickett this start. Howie Roseman got him for a reason. So whether or not a lot of people, because I saw the comments in mine also, of, is he the guy? Should he be out there? You're going to give him at least a game, probably multiple if you have to. The hope is that you don't, but even if you had to, you'd probably give him multiple, because it's twofold. And we haven't seen anything at all, so there's not really a case to be made. But if he did play well, the argument had always been, well, hey, maybe you have extra value, right? Because then you have a team that goes, hey, Kenny Pickett could possibly be a starting quarterback for one of these teams. Then you try to work out a trade. But, yeah, ultimately, you haven't seen anything so far. It's still early. You got 3 quarters. Get him in a rhythm. Maybe there's something there. But, no, I don't think that anybody even – it's not like we're – arguing or defending, saying that, Kenny Pickett is the greatest quarterback in the world, or he's the greatest backup in the NFL. Like, it's just, he was always going to get this spot. So, we'll see what he does here. Starting the second quarter, they are going to throw Kenny Pickett to the left side, and it's hit DeVonta Smith. It's a short completion, a gain of about 3 or 4 yards, but the best news there is that Smitty is back in the game.
Yeah, he went to the Blue Medical tent, came back out, sat in the sideline, missed the previous drive, and comes in there and makes the first catch by an Eagle receiver. That one good for 5. So they have 17 total yards on offense, Josh, into the second quarter. 2nd and 5. What does Saquon Barkley have for us, huh?
Be nice to rip off a long one here. Wouldn't mind that. 12:15 to play in the second quarter. Basically none of Saquon. Another pass, though, for Pickett. Try to get him in rhythm, and something weird happened. He just dropped the football, stumbled, didn't let go of it. I don't know what that was. I have no, Saquon recovered it. If that's a fumble, what is this?
Oh, I think the Cowboy player gets his hand on the ball. Wow. Yeah, so Pickett's trying to throw, and that's going to be an incomplete pass, thankfully. But someone got a hand on Kenny Pickett's right arm, and that's why he cocked it and basically cartwheeled over himself, Josh. That was unbelievable. Good news is it's an illegal contact on the Dallas cornerback Andre Booth working on DeVonta Smith, and so very clearly right there, by the way.
Clearly.
That'd be an automatic first down, but goodness gracious. I thought no one touched Kenny Pickett, and that would have been one of the weirdest plays since Mark Sanchez's butt fumble. That was awful to watch.
I did too. I was like, did he literally just go to throw the football and just drop it? Like he forgot to throw it, or he lost it? So maybe that's my mistake for not giving Kenny the benefit of the doubt there. But it didn't look like the Cowboys defender was as close as he was on that one.
First down nonetheless.
We'll take it. Gustavo says that was hilarious. Yes, that was. I didn't know what to make of it.
Boy, this crowd is restless, Josh. You can hear them in the broadcast. They are desperate for some energy from this Eagle offense.
Yeah, you could tell, though, they're trying to get Kenny a little bit involved, a little bit of a rhythm and momentum here. Tyler Steen is in as an extra lineman on this play. 1st and 10, Kenny's under center, 2 on the play clock. Will he get it off? He does take the snap. They're going to throw, though. This time, Pickett with a little bit of time over the middle, complete. Saquon Barkley with the catch, this time at the 35-yard line where he's tackled. So it'll be a 2nd and about 3 or 4.
Yeah, you called it. They had Tyler Steen in there as an extra offensive lineman on the right side. He was lined up to the right of Lane Johnson. That was clearly a run, which Pickett checked out of and then checked down across the middle to the running back, Saquon Barkley. So a couple of touches for Barkley, not much going, but hey, 2nd and 5 nonetheless. 2nd and 3, sorry.
All right, here we go. Ball on the 35-yard line now. 8 seconds on the play clock. Pickett in the pistol. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand off to Saquon. Jukes past the first man, and then he trips up just short of the chain, so now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
Very similar to what we saw last week in the second quarter as Saquon claps his hands together in frustration after falling there. You know, he had that big 60-yarder in the first quarter, a couple of decent runs as they're going to go hurry up here. Not a lot in the second half, not a lot so far today.
Another run right side. Saquon, big hole, 1st down. There you go. Tackled at the 44-yard line, and I think that's the most positive run by a significant margin so far we've seen from Saquon.
Yeah, right on cue. I mentioned how they are not getting a good push. Here's a great push going behind the right side. C.J. Uzomah picks up a block as well. Look at Landon Dickerson, and I think that's Jordan Mailata 5 yards deep into the Cowboys secondary. Only a gain of about 8, maybe 9, but nice to see Barkley running for a little bit longer than a second, as we saw, again, a lot early in the first quarter and especially late in last week's game.
All right, maybe we keep it up. How about that? Kenny the pistol, this time going to throw, looking to the right, now back to the left side. Saquon catches on a swing pass there, has a blocker, but too many Cowboys, and that's going to be a loss of, about 5 yards probably.
Yeah, this is a swing tackle. The problem, or the swing pass to the left side, the problem is the Birds' left tackle, Jordan Mailata, missed a block, and so you had Eric Kendricks deep in the Bird backfield and makes a nice tackle there on Saquon Barkley, and so really backs him up. You mentioned it. Be second down and a mile right now. Kendricks is playing very well early on.
Yeah, Dallas defense has played much better as of late. Certainly a lot more momentum this time than whenever we matched up against it with them in Dallas. But 4 seconds on the play clock now. 2nd and 16. Pickett in the gun. 4-man pressure. He's looking right side. He's going to fire a strike, and it's complete to A.J. Brown. Wrapped up immediately there, though. And so it'll be a gain of about 7 yards, brings up about 3rd and 9.
It's a long throw to the right side on that stop route from A.J. Brown. There's a good arm from Kenny Pickett. Of course, wearing the 2 gloves in both sleeves. It's 60 degrees in Philadelphia. It's just what he does. 3rd and 8, though. Let's see what they got. They're 1 for 3 on 3rd down today.
Here we go. Kenny Pickett takes the snap. Blitz is coming. Picked up well. Has some time. Little happy feet trickling out to the right side. Now going to throw deep shot. Right side. Has a man. Caught! Grant Calcaterra one-handed tips it into himself. Able to make an incredible catch. A deep shot down into Dallas territory.
They're going to hurry up just to make sure they snap the ball before they can look at it. But that is an incredible catch by 81. Here's your replay. Puts the left hand up, stops the football in the air, then gets 2 hands on it. He goes to the ground. That's a catch every day of the week, Josh. They're going to go hurry up and a run to Barkley for a gain of 2. That was beautiful.
Wow. That is huge. And by the way, there's your Calcaterra. You needed that one in the first half. So
First half. How about that?
Definitely got that one. If anyone took him for catches in the first half or yards, I mean, that's all your yards you probably need for the game. I don't know
you got it.
Total yardage-wise what that was, but what a play.
Yeah, that's at least 30 yards, down to the 19 of the Dallas Cowboys. That is massive.
I thought it was so good they didn't need to hurry up there, but I mean, I guess they got 3 yards officially out of the last play on the run, so 2nd and 7. See what they do here. Cowboys showing blitz. Looked like they jumped. Might be a free play, but going to get it off to Saquon, and a screen pass there. I think he's tackled back. They let him keep running, but I think that'll be...
I think he was down, unless that knee was just hovering above the grass. They're going to let him actually have it for a gain of about 3. Here's the play, though, and yeah, that knee is very obviously down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's down. He's going to lose yards.
Okay, so was there not a flag, though, on Dallas? I thought they clearly jumped.
I thought they did, too.
Neutral zone, anything?
Nothing.
How?
I thought
How
for
in
sure.
the world?
I thought for sure.
Hang on.
Ooh, I thought for sure. Oh, yeah, that's clearly offsides. Clearly. Nope.
Greg Olson saying it was close. How is that close?
Didn't look close to me.
Okay, now 3rd and 12 then. Kenny Pickett going to throw. This time deep shot, left side, end zone. Smitty, touchdown! Yes! You got it! DeVonta Smith.
Wow. Deep over route, and DeVonta Smith beats his man. Pickett delivers a perfect pass in the right corner of the end zone. Right wrist looks fine to me, Josh. That's a good drive by Kenny Pickett.
I'd say he's all right. And yeah, how about Kenny Pickett? How about those Kenny Pickett haters? Look out for Smitty there. You knew it was only a matter of time. Smitty was due for one of those. They're taking a little extra focus on A.J. Brown. Good pocket. Step up there, make the throw.
That's a great throw. Great throw. That's a great, very, very promising drive by Philadelphia's offense with the extra point good. So 14-7.
The extra point. Good.
Gotta like that, huh?
And I will make mention of this. Extra point, this may be me just trying to, push a little extra narrative. The extra point, perfect, down the middle, and extremely high and powerful. So, just saying, Jake Elliott is kicking kickoffs, and the field goals look good so far. Just extra points.
Much better.
For what it's
much better. We'll take it. We will definitely take it.
Whew.
Oh, man.
It's amazing what a touchdown does for the psyche.
Helps out. Helps out a lot. Oh, man.
I feel a little bit better in the chat, too. Understandably so. I get it. You just needed that. A little quick score.
That's all you needed.
Yep. Everybody do us a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already. We're almost up to 600 between the streams. We got almost 3,000 people watching also between the streams. But
Gotta like that.
Eagles
Gotta like that.
On their way to the NFC East title against Dallas, wearing the Kelly Greens. It would be nice. We've talked about this a number of times. But if you win here today, you take out the pressure, the worrying, whatever you want to call it, of the last week, where you can go, you know what, we're going to take that as our bye week. You get everybody reset, healthy, rest, extra film sessions, don't worry about too much other else, and then prepare for the playoffs, and then you go make your run. Instead of, if something crazy, weird, strange happens today, then all of a sudden, it's do you still rest your starters? Because you're like, yeah, but you do have something to play for, depending on obviously what Washington does. Just take care of business today, get it over with, know what you have, rest the final week. Don't mess around with the Giants or any other potential injuries, and just move on.
And technically, too, Judge, we talk about resting in Week 18. If you had a scenario where the Vikings were to lose today to the Green Bay Packers and the Lions lose on Monday Night Football to the Niners, which is a possibility, you are then looking at a scenario where a Philly win and a Viking win in Week 18, another possibility, grants the Eagles the 1 seed. So, one step at a time. It's a 3-step process today, this afternoon, and right now this afternoon and on Monday night. But some things have to go right for Philadelphia, and 14-7 is the first step in that.
That's true. You shouldn't count it out. Nothing is over. It's not impossible. There's some strange lines also. I mean, just say that. Like, you look at Green Bay is -1 against Minnesota, and it's a home game in Minnesota. So, and Green Bay's been playing phenomenal, like incredibly well, I think, as everybody knows. But then you also look at the Lions and Niners game, and that one's Detroit -3.5. Like, that's pretty
crazy.
Close. So, for what it's worth, Jake Elliott's going to kick this one away. And it is caught well into about 8 yards deep in the end zone. Kevontae Turpin cannot return. So there you go.
There was some wind last week, and Braden Mann has done a pretty good job on kickoff duties the course of the season. But good to see Jake Elliott back. I'm not sure why they stopped doing that this season. But Jake Elliott's been making sure a very dangerous returner, Kevontae Turpin, has not had a chance to return one yet.
You're right. I think it's just the combo of and we even mentioned this too. It's like, there's a fear of, hey, do you have someone else kick because of the potential for a return or injury because kickers are there, but it's probably blown out of proportion. It's 1st and 10 now for Dallas. Going to be completion to Jake Ferguson. He fumbled the football.
Oh,
did Jordan Davis get it, or did Dallas get it?
I think Jordan Davis got this ball, Josh. It's going to be a real fight at the bottom here.
Oh, come on.
Between an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, and Jordan Davis is pretty strong. Is it Eagle ball?
JD's got it.
That's what
they're saying that he's got it. Come on, he's got it.
They still haven't decided yet. Still haven't chosen yet. Still waiting.
He's got it. He can't
the football. JD.
Jordan
Davis has got it.
Let's go.
Got it.
Another turnover.
Wow.
And by the way, who forced the fumble? I think that was Zack Baun. That would be
Zack Baun.
In Dallas. He forced the fumble on Jake Ferguson, and it's Oren Burks. Is it Oren Burks? It's Oren Burks. I thought it was Zack Baun. Hang on now. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, look at that battle for it. Davis is just too strong. I mean, geez, you're like wrestling a grizzly bear trying to get that ball out of his hands. You're not going to do it. Maybe two grizzly bears. That guy's massive. How about that? All right, 2 turnovers on defense. We'll take it.
Heck yes.
That's big.
Oh, my gosh.
That is big right there. This would be a great opportunity to really basically go 2 for 1, essentially, after your touchdown, turnover, another Bird touchdown, go up 21-7 with 6.5 left in the second quarter.
Oh, for sure. Yes. And it looks like the Giants are up 21-6 also on the Colts.
How about that?
So, good for them.
Jeez.
Keep losing your draft picks, baby.
Please. Come on,
all
offense.
Right. Jasper with the 2 said it took about 30 minutes for the team to wake up. It did, but they seem to
They're
have awakened, as has the crowd.
Boy, a Saquon Barkley first half touchdown would feed a lot of my underdog families right now. Let's just say that.
I would take an AJ one, quite honestly.
Either one.
More of what I need to root for, but we get the Saquon one in the second half. Ball on the 39-yard line, though. Here we go. Kenny Pickett under center, takes the snap, toss left side. Saquon has some blockers, going to push forward and actually keep churning, going for a run of about 6 yards. Looked like it was going to be 2 or 3, but pushes for 6.
I think the number was what, 168, 167 was the number to get to 2,000 today. He still needs about 134 the next 2 weeks to get the number. I think he's got to go for 200 today, Josh, for Philadelphia to even attempt to get him the record next week. He's not looking like he's on that trend yet, but breaking 1 would do it, and he's starting to get a little bit better push from the offensive line as well.
Another toss, this time to the right side to Saquon. Has some blockers, and this time kind of cut out by Marshawn Nealand and tripped up for a loss of 1, so 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they're trying that stretch play. They like it a lot because it gives Saquon a little bit more vision as he kind of takes the wide way around the edge, looks for the blocking hole to open up, and then hits it. And he's hit a couple of touchdowns off that exact play, but well defended by Dallas. 3rd and 5 from the 34 now.
Eagles going with some tempo back at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Pickett looks left side now, trying to change up something for Smitty or AJ. Takes the snap, going to hand off Saquon up the middle. He's going to push forward, tripped up just short of the sticks. It is less than half a yard. It's going to be 4th and inches. This would be an automatic for Jalen. They are going to go for it, but this would be an automatic for Jalen. What do you do here with the Eagles?
I'll just line up and, well, they're in brotherly shove right now, so I guess they're going to see what Pickett can do.
Takes the snap. Pickett being shoved forward, carried forward. Johnny Wilson and Saquon, that's another 2 yards. So, okay,
yeah,
it works.
Literally, there's 6'6" Johnny Wilson just basically picking up Kenny Pickett and dragging him across the line to gain. Good push by Saquon behind him. And who said Kenny Pickett can't convert a brotherly shove, Josh? He just did. First down.
You know, it's not the initial push because initially you see it and you're like, oh, he stopped. So it's not the same power of Jalen Hurts, but the left side clear out of Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson is just like, hey, Kenny, Johnny Wilson says, just come on right over to the left side. First down, ball on the 29-yard line. Takes the snap, fake handoff to Saquon. Left side throw, incomplete, intended for Grant Calcaterra. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's an RPO. I would have stuck it and kept it in Saquon Barkley's chest there. I didn't like the 2 receivers to the left side with 3 Cowboys in the same area. 2nd down and 10.
4:13 to play in the second quarter. Eagles up 14-7. After a very slow start in the first quarter from the offense, the only scoring done courtesy of C.J. Garner-Johnson. See if AJ's gotten a lot of attention, which is totally understandable, but you wonder if they're going to go his direction. Here's Kenny now in the gun, takes the snap, going to look left side. He will fire, and it is AJ complete. This time it's going to be short of the sticks by about 5 yards, so it brings up a 3rd and 5.
How many times have we seen AJ catch that and throw the defender off him and run for more? You saw it a couple times last week on 4th down, unable to do it there, but still a nice gain, 3rd and 3, and they're going to go hurry up here. Looking for a Saquon run,
That's
probably.
Good. We'll take that 3rd and 3. Eagles at the line of scrimmage quick. They've gone to this get set quickly, then view the defense, take your time, let the play clock run down. 10 on it now. This time handoff to Saquon. That's what it is, up the middle. And again, it looks like he's even less than last time, but it looks like it's another 4th down, so it'll be 4th and inches. Do you just go ahead and run it again?
Yeah, you wonder if they are going to brotherly shove it again or just stick it into the gut of Saquon Barkley. He's had some good push here, but they're in brotherly shove formation yet again. This is like maybe half a yard.
Ball the 19, snap here from Kenny Pickett. This time, oh man, that'll be a lot closer.
I don't think he did. There's a
flag,
though. I think they're going to get an offsides. I think the Cowboys are lined up in the neutral zone.
Okay.
I think. He didn't get this if they didn't. Offside.
It is.
Yep. Michael Parsons,
yeah. Maybe just a bit. You think?
Offsides.
That's like a full, like a helmet across the football.
You think it's simple, Josh, but it's so hard to stop the brotherly shove. You're trying to get as much leverage as possible, and he's just too far forward. That's another wrinkle on the brotherly shove. You got to be so perfect to defend it. They had technically gotten a stop, and yet they still didn't stop him.
It's almost impossible, especially with Jalen. But, you know, if you could do it with your backup quarterback, then, you know, it's completely unstoppable. All right, ball now on the just past the 15-yard line in the red zone. Pickett takes the snap, delayed handoff to Saquon. Nowhere to go there. Does hang on to the football, though, as it's being ripped at. Gain of 1 yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they had a Kenny Gainwell in the backfield as well, and they kind of faked a little end around to him as he orbited out of there and then gave it to Saquon on the draw and doesn't really go anywhere as Gainwell checks out. 2nd and 8. 2:28 to go, Josh. Interesting in terms of keeping an eye on the time here. Philly has all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. They will have to run one more play, but they get the ball to start the second half as well. Really a chance to go 2 for 1.
All right, big time here. See what you do. So here they go, 8 on the play clock. Kenny Pickett in the gun, takes the snap, looking left side. He will throw it there. Dangerous pass, incomplete, tipped away by Booth. That time intended for E.J. Jenkins. It's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Pickett's had a couple of errant throws in this first half. That one was the most dangerous. This is an out route from 84 E.J. Jenkins, and Booth reads that the entire way and just gets one hand instead of 2 up there. He catches that. He's probably still running, and we have a second pick 6 of the game. Thankfully, incomplete, out of bounds, 3rd and 9.
I think Mekhi Becton's injured. Yeah, he's walking out off.
Helmet off, too.
Hopefully he's okay. Just something with the lower leg injury that we've seen him over the past couple weeks, maybe a re-injury.
Let's take a look. They're giving us a replay here, and I think he got rolled up on by Pickett. Yeah, the right ankle for sure, as Pickett got shoved into the back of him, and he's going to limp off the field, and that's why you have Tyler Steen. Eagles don't really miss a beat when he comes in, but we'll see what they do with Becton as he walks off the field. 3rd and 9. Gainwell's in as well.
2:03 remaining in the second quarter. Eagles still all 3 timeouts. Come out of the formation here. 5 on the play clock. Kenny Pickett in empty formation. Trips right. Now motions Calcaterra to his right. They're not going to get off, and Sirianni calls timeout before the delay of game.
Yeah, they were slow to get to the line there, and Nick Sirianni seemed to be the only person aware of the fact the play clock was winding down. Good job by him to run down there and get this timeout off. So 2:03 to go. They'll have one more play before the 2-minute warning, but they'll have 2 timeouts as well if they want to play, to maybe get the ball back after potentially a field goal if they can't convert here.
Could set up perfectly. If you get a score, convert for first down, I guess, first, but get the first down, get a score, not a whole lot of time left. And then, Dallas is basically either forced to kneel it. They could try to go do something, but can't do too much. And then you start the second half getting the football as well.
It'd be nice.
Not too bad. Maybe get Saquon. Got to change something up, though. Get Saquon in the second half. He's got to wake up there, figure out something. Start with his 3rd and 9, though. Back from commercial break, takes the snap. Kenny Pickett going to throw, looking over the middle. Now left side, ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. So 4th and 9, 1:58 to play, and Jake Elliott will come out for a field goal.
At least make it a 2-score game. They'll go to the 2-minute warning in another commercial, but disappointing after the fumble to not be able to do anything in the red zone. Any lead is a good lead, and a 10-point lead is better than a 7-point lead, so we'll take it as long as Jake the Mate can do exactly that.
That's fair. Totally true. Appreciate you guys. Almost 3,000, like I said, between the streams. We're just about 700 likes. If you haven't already hit the like button, make sure to sub to the channels. We appreciate that. A couple scores, check-ins here. Looks like the Giants still have that 21-6 lead. Malik Neighbors, 4 catches, 103 yards, and 1 touchdown before halftime. So for those in your fantasy leagues, also if you have Mike Evans and the Baker Mayfield combo, you're doing pretty well because it's not even halftime yet. Baker Mayfield has 213 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mike Evans has 6 catches, 48 yards, and 2 of those touchdowns. And,
pretty good.
Bucky Irving, too. 17 carries for 95 yards. We haven't reached halftime yet. So it's an onslaught in Tampa.
Yep. And shout out to my wife in our fantasy football championship game. And she is down 40 points after a lot of the opponent's players played in that, Thursday and obviously Saturday games. But Mike Evans is on her team. And so she's very happy for those Evans plays and definitely needs to keep it going the way she wins the money.
And then in a roundabout way, you somewhat can benefit from that. So She's your
In a
chair,
roundabout way.
right? I mean,
Exactly.
Married and all that. So what's yours
It's in
is
my
hers,
Venmo
hers
account,
is yours,
so, maybe
and
I'll just keep
it
it,
all
right?
works out that way. Good luck, Paige.
Oh, man.
Bills, let's see. Bills, 9-0? It's an interesting scoring option there. It always feels like you got these random matchups that decide the fantasy,
Very random.
championships. You
Very
go so
random.
well throughout the year, and then
Yep.
fantasy Super Bowl happens, and you're like, you have there's some random player on some, team game that doesn't matter at all, and all of a sudden somebody goes off for 20, 30 points, and it's like that's the difference maker. But
That's how it is. Yep, 100%. Still on that 2-minute timeout commercial break, so we are waiting patiently to see this Jake Elliott extra point, essentially. It's basically a little bit longer, but chance to make it 17-7.
it's like we are coming back here. Opportunity for Jake. See if the kickoffs have helped. So far, they have for the extra points. First field goal attempt, 31 yards on the left hash. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and that is a beauty. Right down the middle.
There you go. Gotta like that.
Take that 17-7 Eagles lead. Extend that one to 10.
It's comfortable. It's not enough, but it's comfortable. I think that they've played well, but, you'd like to kind of blow out Dallas and maybe even get a little Tanner McKee action in the fourth quarter. That'd be fun.
Wouldn't be too bad. And then if he throws a touchdown, late, or even a completion, then, you might have some people that still be like, but, you see what Tanner did there. Put him in for the whole game.
Could be true. I think you might see Tanner McKee next week. I think that there's a real chance. I mean, the second that the Detroit Lions win or the Vikings win, you essentially guarantee that you have nothing to play for next week. And, McKee getting some reps could make some sense.
It's an interesting thought. The back and forth of, because even though they will admit or never say that they recognize what's happening amongst Eagles fandom, you know that the coaches are briefed on it and that they do see it and feel it. So that would be the only part of like, do we put Tanner McKee out there? Because if he has a decent game, then people are going to go even more so. Be like, see, I told you. It's a meaningless game in Week 18, but if Tanner McKee plays well.
All right. Well, at least they got a 10-point lead. Ball fell off the tee there. Okay, well, do it again.
All right.
Calm day in Philly. If you just said it on the broadcast, it's not from the wind. It's not like the wind's blowing, as it's done a lot over the course of the Eagles season in Philadelphia. I mean, it's beautiful out there. You see people in light jackets. That's basically it.
Not too bad. Kind of strange for some December football weather, but here's the second try. Jake Elliott going to kick it away. And this time it is going to be returnable. Only 2 yards into the end zone. Kevontae Turpin will march it back up to the 15, the 20. Going to try to get a hole, and he's wrapped up at the 26-yard line.
A little shoving afterwards there. Yeah, Tristan McCollum got the tackle there, and Eagles are still going at it. There's Cooper DeJean. He's been at the mix a lot of this. Second time he's gotten a taste of the Eagle-Cowboy rivalry and seems to be taking full advantage of the hate. Got to like it.
Oh, yeah. You want to embrace it, especially you got a guy like C.J. Gardner-Johnson I'm sure you're hearing a ton from during the game, on the sidelines, on the field. So, yeah, just go ahead and lean right into that one.
All right. Chance to get a stop, get the ball back to start the third quarter. That's what we're looking for here from this Eagle defense. They've been much better in the second quarter than the first quarter.
Here we go. First down, Cooper Rush going to throw to the right, and it's almost picked off by Nolan Smith. Oh, my gosh. Jalen Carter tipped it at the line of scrimmage, and it, ricochets back to Nolan. I got to watch this replay again because it looked like he had it.
I think he has it right in his hands. Yeah, Carter deflects it. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it hits Nolan in the chest. He almost thinks about running first with it. That should have been the third turnover of the day. And instead, it falls harmlessly to the ground. Wow.
Gosh, that would have been, I don't know what I would have done for a pick six, Nolan Smith. 2nd and 10, though. This time another throw, complete Jake Ferguson. Going to be a gain of 4 yards. So it'll be a 3rd and 6, 1:35 to play in the second quarter. Clock is ticking.
Surprised the Eagles didn't burn a timeout here. You mentioned 3rd and 6. Cowboys are going hurry up, and so maybe that's the reason why. But Birds have 2 left. They want to get this ball back if they get a stop.
Quick completion here, and that's a very easy pitch and catch for a first down. Cooks on Quinyon Mitchell.
It's catch number 4 on cue. I mean, he hasn't given up anything big yet, but playing a little bit softer coverage. And again, that little 10-yard stop, put the football right into the belly of the Cowboy receiver, and easy first down, and Dallas continues with the hurry up.
Trying to get in field goal range. Nolan Smith almost with a sack there. Had a great opportunity. Forces Rush to throw it low, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10, 57 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, geez, that should have been an easy sack from Nolan Smith. I don't know how Cooper Rush is athletic enough to duck out of it, but he does, and Nolan flies right by. And 2nd and 10, 57 seconds in a 10-point ball game. Cowboys need another probably 30 yards to make this at least a possible field goal attempt, so a long way to go.
11 here on the play clock. Rush in the gun. He's going to take the snap as a 4-man pressure. Going to get off a swing pass to Dowdle. Has a little bit of space. Able to get to the sideline before he's pushed out of bounds. Only a gain of about 3 yards. 50 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, that push out of bounds is going to be interesting now, Josh. 3rd and 6. You have 2 timeouts if you're the Eagles. If you get an incomplete pass here or anything that's not a first down, you can stop the clock and give Kenny Pickett another chance to drive it down and build on this 10-point lead.
I like it. Got to get a stop. Big 3rd down. Dallas 4 for 7 today on those 3rd downs. Cooper Rush. 3 receivers to his left. He'll take the snap. Has a little bit of time. Going to look, take a deep shot. Left side, no one there, and it's going to be picked off again. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, his 2nd of the day. He's got plenty of room to return to the 25 to 30 blockers, and he'll get down at the 35-yard line. 36 seconds remaining and still 2 timeouts.
Wow, 2 for Gardner-Johnson, although I thought for sure Quinyon Mitchell was going to have that one. Both were right in the area. I don't know if the Cowboy receivers stopped running or this is just a massive overthrow. Boy, if you're Quinyon Mitchell, you just got to be sick, though. That should have been right into the arms of 2-7, and instead it's snatched out of the air by Gardner-Johnson, who's got 2 in this game, Josh.
Man.
And now with 36 seconds left at the 35-yard line, I think with 2 timeouts, the Bird offense should try something here.
I agree. I'm totally with you. They should definitely do that. I feel bad for him. I really feel bad, as you said there. That is totally right there in Q's hands. A lot of people are saying, yeah, should have let Q get it. Q's going to be mad. There's not a in the moment, you could kind of center fielder, like, I got it. But you're just going to make a play at that point. And CJ's honestly, as the safety, he's supposed to be the deepest of the deepest. So it's like his play to go make right there. But yeah, you're right. It could have very easily been Q's in that instance. So
yeah, well, so much for that. 3rd turnover of the day. Philadelphia, they had 5 last week, and they still lost. They got 3 going so far today. They've been fantastic turning the ball over. But we're still in commercial break. We'll check the NFL scores. 12-0 Buffalo. That's a lower scoring game than people might have imagined, at least from one side. Raiders trying to win 2 in a row and really blow their chance at the top pick, up 13-7 over the Saints. Giants 21, Colts 13. 20 seconds left in that first half, and 27-14 is your score for the Buccaneers over the Panthers with 50 seconds to go in the first half. Bucks need that one to keep pace for a possible wild card position or even the NFC South, depending on what happens tonight in Washington for the Atlanta Commander game. Jaguars 13, Titans 3 at halftime. Tennessee might actually be your number 1 overall pick by the time the day is all over if these scores hold.
Crazy. Who would have thought? John M with a 5. Appreciate that, John. Says CJ be greedy. Stole another one from Q. Go Birds.
He did. Yeah, he did. Stole a lot of them.
He wasn't going to pass that one up. Deep Crow with a 2. Glad he and Quinyon didn't fight over it again. That's true. We've seen that before. So we'd rather one of them take it, even though it would have been nice if Q could have finally had his. Jasper with a 10. If Quinyon caught all of the throws thrown to him, he'd have at least 5 picks probably.
At least. Yeah. Easily. Maybe more.
Sam Lewis with 5. I told you CJ is here to make a statement. I feel sorry for Q, though.
Yeah, he's been doing it. He's played very well today and very well since since the bye week. Kind of felt like an arm punt, though. I don't know. I don't know about why they were chucking that one down. I mean, there's 3 defenders there. You think that was like a 4th and 10 versus a 3rd and 8.
Yeah. Kind of strange. We'll take it, though. It's going to be a run to Saquon here. Has a hole, plenty of room up to almost the 50-yard. He does get up to midfield, 50-yard line, 29 seconds remaining, and the Eagles will take their first timeout. So you're, just about 1 play, 2 plays from field goal range, and you still got a timeout.
Yeah, there you go. There's your longest run of the day so far for Barkley. And as you mentioned, there's a lot of time left. I think that was kind of the tester play, right? If they get a big gain on this first down run when the Cowboys are thinking pass, then you can kind of put this drive into overdrive and try and get it down to the field goal range. And nice job by Barkley there, finding the hole and getting 10, maybe 11, maybe 12. Either way, 1st and 10, 1 timeout apiece left, 29 seconds in this game, or in this first half.
Mm-hmm. Come on, plenty of time now. Don't get cute. Got a chance.
Come on.
See what Kenny Pickett can do. Big opportunity to get some more points. Pickett will take the snap. Gonna throw. Deep shot. Left side has Smitty. Caught. Touchdown.
No
DeVonta
way.
Smith. Oh my gosh. Didn't even need the field goal.
Let's make sure he's in. We got to see where this knee goes down. Boy, just beat his quarterback Booth. That wasn't even close. Wow, how about a turn of events here in the second half? 24 points. An explosion by DeVonta Smith in this Philadelphia Eagle offense. Holy cow.
Yeah, they'll double check it, but man, he just had a beat Booth by a mile, like you said, and then getting tripped up here right at the end. He lunges for it. Oh, I don't know. He's going to be short.
He's short. I think he's short. My first half
on.
Saquon Barkley touchdown might actually come true.
You might get it. Oh, come
He's
on.
Down.
I still feel
He's
so
down
bad for
at the
Smitty.
1. Yeah, we don't have a pylon shot because they're not down close enough to the goal line to have a look down that line. And so, 1st and goal. The good news is it technically stops the clock for the replay, and Philly has a chance now to run it in.
That's true.
Boy, he really beat Booth there. Holy cow.
Dang,
Yeah, it is definitely short.
You're saying that Greg Olsen was wondering if Smitty slowed down there. It's hard to say because, he had to slow down a little bit to focus on getting the catch, and it was making it there. But, man, he was so close to making that happen.
So they might do a 10-second runoff if the Eagles don't want to burn a timeout. It'd be their last timeout. And now you have a scenario where if they try and run it and don't get it, they're going to be in a real difficult time trying to get another playoff.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's your 10-second runoff. So 13 seconds left. They'll keep the timeout.
It's pretty fortunate because there's no way on earth that they would get a playoff or spike it in 10 seconds from midfield. So it's
right.
really a benefit there. You get a free play, a free chance. It looks like they're going to try to do a Pickett.
Oh, wow, they might shove it, huh? How about that?
That's where they're
a little
going to go
unexpected.
Pickett takes the snap, getting pushed forward, and he got it. Touchdown, Kenny Pickett on the second effort.
Nice and easy. Gotta like that. It's a bummer, though, as there's some shoving at the end here.
Wait,
how about Kenny Pickett? Are they calling it short? He was in the end zone. They said he was short.
They're saying he was marked down? He was ruled down like he...
How? He's clearly across right there. Who blew it dead?
They got to review it.
That's
unless
touchdown.
You can't see that he's... Did his knee go down? I don't think his knee ever went down.
Can't even see it if it did. That's a touchdown. That is so obviously a touchdown.
Yeah, there's
no... the crowd seeing it for the first time. They can't believe it. They're reviewing it. This must have been a ref blowing it dead early. I don't know. Someone got a little happy with their whistle. That was crazy. Sirianni can't believe it.
Did his knee ever hit the ground?
I don't see it. I don't see
right
it.
there on the behind the line of scrimmage. It's so hard to see though. Like,
That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. There's no way that's not a touchdown. There's no way it's not a touchdown.
watch his right knee. They said
Ruling
rolling
on
on
the
the
field
field
stands.
stands.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
the knee there. The right knee. They're saying that his right knee hit the ground first. He wasn't able to stand up. And that's the difference of Kenny Pickett and Jalen Hurts. Jalen right there, his knee stays up. He doesn't have to go down to the ground because he can squat 600 pounds. But, oh, man. Okay, well, they took the
2 seconds
timeout.
left.
2 seconds. Do you...
The ball is this far from the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to go brotherly shove again. Kenny Pickett this time, and, he easily got it. Wow. Violent shot to the head, but he got it. Loses his helmet and all. There you go, KP.
There you go. They're putting the helmet back on.
Golly.
What a drive. What a day for Kenny Pickett, too. Slow start. Tanner McKee chirping starts happening. Now he's should have thrown 2 touchdowns. He's got 1 through the air, 1 rushing. But going back to the strike on DeVonta Smith, Josh, I don't know what Booth is doing. He missed by a mile trying to slow down DeVonta Smith. And Smith should have had his second touchdown of the day. But how about Kenny Pickett? How about a 24-7 halftime lead with the ball coming in the third quarter, as you could have hoped?
Just wrecked him. Love it.
Loved it. Love it. And now we have a whistle as they slow down the extra point.
Oh, KP was about to head to the locker room. So there's 12 men on the field, and then they're calling him back to what? Think about doing brotherly shot. Okay, no, he's going.
They're still going to kick it. I
know. Head to the locker room. You're good. You're good.
Oh, Pickett's going to go to the locker room early. Look at him. The cheers erupt.
Imagine that. What do people think about Kenny Pickett?
How about that?
Man.
That's fun. That's fun. Very fun.
Here we go. Extra point attempt for Jake Elliott. Snap good. Kick is perfect. I know that we shouldn't probably analyze it to the extreme, but it's been, picture perfect right down the middle on every single kick.
Much better. Much better. 9 for 14, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, 119 passer rating. It's 24-7. It's about as good as you could have asked for. Come on, we'll take it.
We absolutely will. Certainly after that first start of the first quarter, people going like, oh, wait a minute, what is this? Smitty having a game. You're right, though. That should have been a second touchdown. I would have gladly taken that. But
oh, man. Comfortable lead.
Oh, well.
Comfortable lead and an NFC East title coming. How about that? Comfortable lead. On the way. Gotta love it.
Big time.
Got to love it. 3 turnovers for this defense. They've been turnover machines as of late. I think this should hopefully buy back in a lot of critics of Philadelphia after last week. It was funny watching everyone jump ship, especially national media people. 10 straight wins, and then you lose a close one. And, oh, no, the Birds, Jalen Hurts got injured, and yet kind of forget about that whole thing. This should buy a lot of people back. And now, again, Green Bay favorited against the Minnesota Vikings. If they pull off a victory today and somehow the Lions lose next week, Philadelphia has a very real chance to win the number 1 overall seed. Curious what time they're going to make us play the Giants, who are winning, by the way, against the Colts 21-13. Another thing to keep an eye on, Josh, though, if you are locked in as the 2 seed, if the Vikings somehow win today and win next week, that makes Detroit the 5, and Philly's in a much better position to not see the Vikings or the Lions until the NFC title game. They have to play each other in the divisional round.
Yeah.
So 2 seats, not the worst thing in the entire world if you're Philadelphia. Definitely not the worst.
Wouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Things are looking good. People love to just jump on it, as you said, like national media critics.
Yeah.
But all is well.
It's about sadly, what's going to happen next week is the fact that they're going to make sure the Eagles, Vikings, and Lions game is at the same time. So you're not going to have a scenario where Philadelphia could, scoreboard watch or play the first game and then scoreboard watch. Or really, they're probably going to make the Eagles go first. That way they have to play the game. And then you wait for Lions and Vikings. If there was a scenario where the Eagles actually had to wait and see what would happen to get the 1 seed.
For sure, yeah. And then that would be the worst part. It's like, hey, if you play your starters and then all of a sudden it doesn't matter, then you're like, well, they didn't even get a bye week. So, but you don't need Jalen necessarily. If you
That's
wanted to
true.
slow play it, make sure that he's absolutely 100%. You wonder about the concussion protocol. You know, he probably would be cleared and good to go by next week if you needed him. But we'll see. Justin Lee with the 2 says Smitty making up for last week for sure. I mean,
For sure.
absolutely with the drop
sure.
from today. Ace Jory with the 2 saying bring the stash back. Maybe. It's worked without it now. So the question is, I don't know if it just automatically comes back or it's some other direction that we go. Somebody else was saying, let's see, where's that? Cold Cash. Oh, now the media is going to flip this and say, do the Eagles need Hurts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they might.
Oh, yes. The good old, is Jalen Hurts overrated? Is he carried by his talent? Come on.
We'll see that.
Get out of here.
I'm going to run and use the restroom here real quick for the halftime.
You got it.
BRB.
Cool. Mike M with a 5. Appreciate that, Mike. Says CJ should have let Q have that. He should have, but he wasn't going to. We said that already. Greedy for the interceptions, but that's what you want from your safeties. You want your safeties going all out for the picks. Last man on the defense. Getting back there. Jason, just seniors, but yeah, game is looking a lot better. Much better. A lot more positivity than we saw after the first quarter, or heard after the first quarter. Eric, I would love to do a collab with Grossi or Scooter. Whoever, for sure. Regalio, the media, Jalen system QB. That's pretty fair. Let's see. Brandon got the 2. Yes, shaving your head is working for the Eagles. So that has worked. So whatever everyone has done, that's why I don't know that I can bring the stash back, because it's working now. We're good. So I think I got to keep what I've got. And if you did shave, then you got to keep it. If you didn't and you've started growing something since the loss, you got to keep that. Play your part. Brandon, you're the go for that. Appreciate you guys, though. Almost up to 1,000 likes. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Close to 3,000 viewers between the 2 streams. Make sure to subscribe as well. Appreciate you guys. The channel's almost getting close, fairly close. We're almost, 8,000 away from 100,000 subs. It's insanity. Kofu, can you get a recap on today's game? Sure. I'll give you a recap. Here, I'll put the box score. I think I can get the box score up here. Let's make sure that I can get the total view. There you go. Sorry, still getting over the flu. But yes, recap-wise, Eagles started out very slow. Of course, Dallas, they got the ball. Interception, return for touchdown from C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Then Dallas marched their way down the football field, scored, tied it up 7-7. Kenny Pickett in the offense didn't get the ball till 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So probably a little bit of, slow start, not getting in a rhythm, really just back and forth, some punting, not much going on. But then things changed after that. You start throwing the football. KP gets in a rhythm, hitting a few different guys. Grant Calcaterra, you see, made a fantastic catch on the 34-yarder. AJ had a couple. Kenny G. Running game hasn't been great. I mean, you see there 3.1 yards a carry. If you take away the 15-yarder that Saquon had right before the Smitty 50-yard touchdown, or, well, it wasn't a touchdown, but, 49 yards. Really nothing at all. So kudos to KP, to Kellen Moore, the offensive game plan. Smitty's been able to take advantage. You had the one touchdown on the left side in the red zone after the Calcaterra catch, and then just capitalizing. I mean, defense getting turnovers, getting takeaways. You have a fumble from Jake Ferguson, You have 2 INTs from Cooper Rush, obviously both of those from C.J. Gardner-Johnson. But so far, what is that? Is it, let me double check on this. I think is it 21 or is it 14 points off of turnovers? Let's see. You've got, I can't get this screen to, hang on, maybe I can. There we go. Okay. So 7 points off of turnovers, interception, touchdown, and fumble, field goal. Okay, so 10, and then interception, touchdown. So 17 points off of turnovers. Complimentary football right there. We will take that. H. Jory with a 2. Got a Barkley jersey for Christmas. Seems to work. Heck yeah. Question is, are you wearing it for the game? Oh, see, it is your fault. You didn't watch the game at home like you did all the others that we won. You were at work. The magic wasn't there, so it's your fault. But now you're back at home. So as long as you continue to watch it there, we're good. Shane, thanks for the 5. We need more 26 in the second half. Open him up with some throws to 11. Yeah, I got to get AJ a few more. I mean, he's been targeted 3 times, 2 catches, 16 yards. That's what Dallas usually does, though. Okay, good. Yeah, I figured you'd be wearing that, so. Lon, I don't know. I don't know if Kenny's banged up with he did have the rib injury, so I don't know if he ran into the locker room to get double checked or if that was a just, take off for another reason. But, I mean, he was clearly well enough to be able to run 3 or 4 brotherly shoves in the first half. Let's see here. Checking some of the scores. Oh, Glass Dragon, by the way. I missed this one. The 2. So, my parents gave me a Kelly Green Saquon jersey. There we go.
Heck yeah.
People were mentioning some of the gifts that they got for Christmas. And
oh, yeah.
Elias got a white Kelsey jersey for Christmas. So it seems like
nice.
You can't go wrong with an Eagles jersey, but lots of Saquon, understandably.
Bountiful Eagles Christmas harvest. Gotta like that. I got a Eagles sweater, which I actually like. Very comfortable. One of the Darius Rucker Eagles sweater edition, which I didn't know existed, but must be on NFL Shop somewhere. I love it, though. Very comfortable.
Definitely. June here with the 2. I can't tell in what, because there's not the grammar or the punctuation here, but it's Josh cut the stash. Come on, son. But I don't know if that's like it meant to be a question or if it's meant to be an exclamation.
I think it's a statement.
I suppose so.
I think so. Got to cut the stash.
So I think that's just to keep it cut. Like, since we're winning now, like.
Potentially. Okay. Hard to say.
I don't really know. Appreciate the comment, though.
I like this from Hannah A, who says, Cooper's Rush's alter ego sees C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He whispers to him, you want to throw him the ball, just do it. So what, he's on the opposing team? Yeah, it seems that way. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's been the best receiver. I mean, besides that first opening drive, or let's just say the second drive, where they went down and scored, it's been all C.J. Gardner-Johnson the rest of the way. He's been fantastic.
Yeah. It's amazing the difference, like we said, before the bye week versus after, but it's wild. All right, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Go for it.
All right.
People are saying that Josh should not have cut the stash. Josh, that was the whole thing. It was a win streak stash. When they lost the win streak, then the stash leaves. That's just how it goes. I Love Sports says I got a helmet and poster signed by A.J. Brown. There you go. That's pretty cool. I hope we get Barkley the ball, please, Nick. Yeah, he's got a long way to go. He's got about 40 yards on the ground right now. Got a long way to go to get close to even getting to 2,000. I think the more we're watching this game unfold, it's going to be a lot less Saquon Barkley, unfortunately. 24/7, probably a lot less. Hurts has always been a winner, period. I agree. Interesting thing about Hurts is going to be the fact he's not going to play this game, probably not going to play next week. And then if the Birds, play a wild card game, then he has a 2-week off sort of situation. If they were to somehow get the 1 seed, then it changes up a little bit. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting as we are very close to getting started here in the third quarter. Make sure we're checking on some of these second half scores that have already kicked off here in the early Sunday slate. Bills 12, Jets nothing. Interesting score there. Jets are really struggling to score the football this season. No surprise there. Raiders 13, Saints 10. Looks like Indianapolis has a rushing touchdown from Jonathan Taylor. It's 28-20. Giants are trying to hold on to that lead. Patriots-Panthers is in at halftime, 27-14. Titans and Jaguars, 13-10. Jaguars are leading that one. So a couple of interesting scores that are happening right now, a lot of which that have draft impacts, big-time draft impacts that are taking place in the 1 o'clock slate. So, okay, let's go ahead and make sure we're synced here. Okay, good to go there. Tay says, I need Saquon to get over 100 yards. I think he might. He needs to break one big one. That would do it. We'll see if it's possible. I'll take Hurts over everybody except Mahomes and maybe Lamar. Well, he's beaten all those people in the regular season at least, not in the postseason, but in the regular season. So either way, you're going to Kenny Pickett the rest of the way today. Philadelphia, obviously 17 points off turnovers is the big difference in the first half, as here's your kickoff, returnable by Kenny Gainwell. Catches it at the 10. Gainwell 20, 25. Makes man miss 30. Gainwell tackled at the 34-yard line. A couple of nice returns there for the backup running back. And out comes Philadelphia and the Eagle offense for their first drive of the second half, up 24-7. And a little Pam Oliver look here. I know people are big Pam Oliver fans in the chat right now. Trying to see what she says. She's upset that the Cowboys are turning the ball over. At least saying the Cowboys are upset about that, which makes sense. So Philadelphia's offense, man, it's been humming. Not a lot of A.J. Brown, a whole bunch of DeVonta Smith. See what they do here to start drive number 1 in quarter number 3. Pickett will start in the shotgun. Barkley to his right. Ball's at the 34-yard line. Pickett barks out commands, motions Johnny Wilson tight to the right side. Here's a first down handoff to Saquon Barkley. Tries to get around the edge, and he does. And there goes Barkley for a gain of 5. That was a lot harder than he needed it to be, but still gets about 5 around the edge as Josh returns. It'll be second down and 5 for Pickett in the offense, and Josh takes over here for his third quarter call.
All right, here we go.
Little Saquon Barkley first down run, gain of 5. Not too bad.
Take some more of those.
Mekhi Becton also back in the game. That's good news there after getting rolled up on that right ankle. So far, so good. Maybe a little more Saquon, a little more AJ in second half of this football game.
We would take that. This time, Kenny Pickett's going to throw on second down and, nearly picked off there. That was a fantastic opportunity for Bland, but he dropped it, looked like, and now we've got Kenny Pickett down on the ground, a roughing the passer call.
Ooh, he is picking himself off the ground. He took a shot into I believe, the ribs. He's bent over halfway on his knees now, and you knew he came into this with some sort of injury to the ribs. I think he might have had a crack. Let's see the replay here, as it's going to be an automatic first down. And he's going to get a shot right to the chest. Ooh, yeah, that is going right at his ribs, and a very late hit by the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that does not look good. He's
See if
wearing
he
the extra
stays in.
protection.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much that protects against a hit like that. That was full speed right at the chest. He stays in, though.
Whew.
My play clock just started, Josh, 23, 22, 21. I don't know if you're ahead of me. 20
seconds, I think.
19, 18, 17. Tanner McKee did warm up, but he's not going to come in. Looks like it's going to be Pickett now with 12, 11, and 10 to sync up here from the Cowboy 48.
Okay. Yep. I've got Kenny Pickett here. This play on first down, going to be handoff to Saquon. Left side, has some blockers and able to get about 9 yards there. It's a good run. Get up to 2nd and 1.
Yeah, he gets up with a smile. I think he knows that eventually, especially in a game like this where Philadelphia's starting to pull away, they're up double digits, they're running the football a lot more than throwing it there in the first half. Eventually, the Cowboy defensive line is going to give him a hole, and he can break one. He needs it, though. He's only about 53 total yards on the ground. He's got to get a lot more if you want to get even close to the record in Week 18.
Your ball on the 40-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 2. Saquon's going to get another handoff, and this time a gain of about four or five more yards, so a first down.
Yeah, like I said, it's starting. Those holes are getting a little bit bigger. He is obviously a second-half rusher. I mean, geez, he almost has double the amount of second-half rushing yards than he does in the first half this season. 8 touchdowns to 5. I don't know. Maybe you're going to see another one here. Break free. It'd be nice.
Christian with a 2 says betting on this game with shots for every score. Well, you're getting up there with the limit.
Feeling good so far, huh? How about that?
5 from Shane, 26 Kelly Green jersey for Christmas from the relatives. There you go. 26 gets it again, has a hole, bundles over one Cowboys player, finally brought down a gain of about 7 yards, so 2nd and 3.
Yeah, you're wondering if they're going to let Pickett throw, right? You got the hit to the ribs. He's not from the football sense. It's been about 3 plays, and you know it obviously hurts. You know they shot him up full of all sorts of things, probably before the game and probably at halftime as well, but I got to see him rotate that torso with a throw to make sure that he's good to go after taking that shot a couple of plays ago.
Still no throw, another handoff. Saquon, 5 yards. As long as it works, you just keep doing it.
Yeah, that does seem to be the ain't broke, don't fix it on this drive. Goodness gracious. Nice block from Cam Jurgens. Little shot at Jeff Stoutland there. Working on his the notes that he always takes. Simple pistol run here, right up the middle. Nice play by Becton and a really good job by Lane Johnson to kind of seal that edge and make sure that Saquon could have a hole there and then tackled forward to get a couple extra yards.
Eagles almost in the red zone now. Ball on the 25-yard line. 11:50 to play in the third quarter. Saquon in a single back formation. Going to get a toss left side. Has some blockers set up. Cuts up to the middle. And going to be tackled only a gain of maybe a yard there.
Well, if you were looking for the over on Saquon Barkley's touches today, this drive's going to help, right? I mean, geez, he is getting every single carry as he checks out now and Kenny Gainwell comes back in.
I'll keep running it.
But it's worked. It's worked.
I need the over 22 carries, and he's got 19 right now. So we're
I think you're going to get it.
We're trending in the right direction.
Unless they score again.
It's true.
Unless they score again.
True. A.J. Jones said coming in late, but C.J.'s been taking all Q's would-be interceptions this season. That he has. 2nd and 8, going to keep running the football, this time to Kenny G. He'll pick up about 5 yards, so a 3rd and 3 coming up from the 18.
Yeah, nice run there. There's Linval Joseph. You forget that the old 2022 end-of-the-year signing that helped in that Super Bowl run is still in the league. He's a Dallas Cowboy, and good tackle there. And it looks like Barkley's going to continue to get a spell here as Gainwell stays in on 3rd down.
There's the first throw. Kenny Pickett, to DeVonta Smith, and a first down. So I guess the ribs are okay.
Simple slant route. That was nice and easy. He needed 4, got about 8. Working on Booth today. He's been the main culprit, main victim. Boy, what a move there by number 6. Getting a Booth to make sure those hips flip the wrong way, and then a nice throw back behind it. Easy first down, and Gainwell stays in for 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 9. Gainwell going to take a handoff to the right side, only able to push forward and gain about 2. So it brings up 2nd and goal.
Man, you'd be looking at a hat trick for DeVonta Smith if he had about 1 more inch on that deep ball at the end of the first half. Looks like Saquon's going to check back in. Could use that anytime Saquon Barkley touchdown right here if I'm just saying so myself. That would be nice.
Wouldn't be bad. We could go for that. J Money with a 5 said, got my brother a Jayden Daniels jersey for Christmas. He's been in QB purgatory for so long. Yeah. Okay. Well,
gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
I guess you love your brother, I suppose. You could have gotten him a Jalen Hurts one, but Saquon Barkley run and going nowhere. First time they stopped him this entire drive. So 3rd and goal, and it's at about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Yeah, I might have seen that one coming. Saquon checks in as Gainwell checks out, and they knew they were going to run it with him. And now it's 3rd and basically 6, 7, depending on where they stopped or spotted that ball, and I think you got to throw your way here on 3rd and goal. 9 rushes, 1 pass on this drive.
All right, see where they're going to go here. Big 3rd and goal. Kenny Pickett looking, surveying, has time, going to roll to the left side, now has plenty of time, going to go back to the right side, going to throw it for the end zone, got a man, touchdown! A.J. Brown! The back of the end zone. It is only a matter of time. There's a flag on the play. Kenny Pickett took a shot again. You wonder if it's another roughing the passer. Oh, it's a
It's a
hold on
hold
the
on
offense.
Philadelphia.
God,
Oh,
you gotta be
no.
kidding me.
Pickett's hurt, too. He's on the sideline on a knee. They're going to have to play. It's got to be Tanner McKee here, Josh, for his
Yeah,
3rd and
yeah.
goal now. They took another shot at his ribs. It seems a little cheap. Let's see. Boy, what a great play, though, by Pickett to extend left, come back to the right, starts pointing people in directions, and then finally finds A.J. Brown for a touchdown pass. That's a big-time throw and catch.
Golly. And
It's not going
he
to matter,
gets it.
though.
Micah
Micah hit
Parsons
him.
taking a
Yep.
shot. Yeah.
Jeez, that's not roughing the passer. A little high.
Wow. So Tanner McKee does come in. It's
Wow,
3rd
here
and
we
goal
go.
from the 17-yard line now. See what they run here. It's going to be just a handoff to Saquon. Left side has some blockers and able to get all the way to the 8-yard line, but with it being 4th and goal and up 24-7, you'd imagine Jake Elliott's going to come out and kick it to go up 27-7.
I thought Saquon could have bounced it out a little left and had a chance there. They just showed us a shot of Kenny Pickett. He's doubled over on the sideline. You know those ribs have got to be in a ton of pain right now. It probably hurts to even take a breath. I think with 8:20 left in this 3rd quarter, you're about to go up 20 points here if this extra field goal is good. You might be seeing Tanner McKee the rest of the way, which is going to make things very interesting in Philadelphia land.
Yeah. But Kenny's done everything that you could ask. This kick is very strange-looking
Knuckleball.
kick from Jake Elliott there, but it still was good. It's a good kick. Counts.
Oh, man, yeah, that shot was right to the rib area. You know, the Cowboy defensive linemen were given the green light to try to go after Kenny Pickett's chest today. And we go to commercial break. So, good drive.
Yeah.
Should have been a touchdown. It's a bummer it wasn't. Eagles feel pretty comfortable, but Kenny Pickett's in pain.
Yeah, that's rough. He's done everything and more, what you could ask for. I mean, even though the AJ one, like you say, even though the AJ is not a score, a touchdown, you see the ability, you see what he's willing and able to do. So maybe Tanner's able to go out, maybe Tanner throws for a touchdown, but it still wouldn't be enough to be like, oh, hey, we shouldn't have Kenny out there because he couldn't.
Yeah,
it's
Kenny's looked good.
27-7.
He's looked good. Oh, man.
See a couple other updates. The Giants are slowly starting to give it back, 28-20 now. Still leading the Colts, but the Colts are driving.
Yeah, that call came down from on high. You know, Mr. Mara was like, we don't want to lose the #1 overall draft pick, so let's make sure we lose this game.
Yeah, calling down there and say, hey, yo, Brian, listen, I know you guys are scoring well, playing well, all this other stuff, but make sure we lose this thing.
Yeah, right? Oh, man.
So you got a 2 from Mike. Did they even show the hold? I don't know that they did. I don't think
I didn't
they
see
ever
it.
showed it because
Nope.
they were just showing the Pickett getting
Never saw
the
the
shot
hold.
to the ribs.
Never saw the hold. Nope.
You assume it happened, but you never know. Boris, I did not hear who they called to hold on. So I'm sure somebody in the chat can confirm what number they said, but
Haven't seen it.
some sort of hold.
Haven't seen it. Well, at least, Josh, it's been a comfortable day, right? I mean, 27-7. You got 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Hopefully, you extend the lead or at least just cruise the rest of the way, stay healthy. It's going about the way that you would hope. I think it was a slow start. A little bit of concern at first couple of drives as Pickett is going to the locker room, by the way. So there's the big Dom escort that you never want to get. And he is going to get the rib checked out. Whether they're going to x-ray him or shoot him up with some painkillers, you're going to have Tanner McKee and Ian Book is now next man up. He's the designated survivor, essentially, as he's waiting in the wings. That could get interesting. Thank goodness they have a nice big lead here, Josh.
Yeah, you feel a little better about that now. Landon Dickerson was the one who held, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's get some sacks on defense, right? Defense got 3 turnovers. Wouldn't mind a 4th here, but I need some sacks for these underdog parlays to hit. That'd be nice.
It's time to get those rolling.
No sacks on the day so far. 3 turnovers for the defense.
Here we go. Going to be a toss left side to Dowdle to start. That one is tackled by Zack Baun. Only a gain of maybe 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Underrated part of Josh Sweat's game, Josh, is definitely his run stopping abilities. He has been really good this season. All the Eagle edge rushers were asked this year, especially when Brandon Graham went out, to be better against the run, and Josh Sweat has definitely taken up the mantle. He's been fantastic.
Looking at KP, sorry, they're talking about the rib injury there. I was trying to see if
X-rays, going to get
tell
X-rays.
what he was going to say there on the sideline, but 2nd and 7, another run. This one is eaten alive there. Jalen Carter first, then Nolan Smith, Oren Burks to clean up. Brings up a long 3rd down.
Yeah, Oren Burks, again, the guy that cleans things up here, but Jalen Carter makes the play. You wonder why Jeremiah Trotter Jr. had back-to-back drives where he was in for Burks. Burks has been the starter the rest of the way. Kind of some odd linebacker switches there. We'll probably find out on Tuesday during the coordinator press conferences what was going on. But overall, no Nakobe Dean, no problem. They've been pretty good as we get a shot at Tanner McKee practicing the snaps with Cam Jurgens on the sideline right now. 3rd and 13.
Big 3rd down. This time it'd be a screen pass. And Turpin had some space, dropped it. Oh, what a big drop. I don't think that he would have covered it, but you never know with a dangerous opportunity returner like he is. But drop pass, 4th down.
Yeah, it could have been close here. Cooper Rush is now 11 for 19, 102 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. This defense is starting to lean on the Cowboy offensive line. A good job by Josh Sweat to get in the throwing lane there and maybe make it a little bit tougher for Rush to find Turpin. But a quick 3 and out is not what the doctor ordered for the Cowboys. And 6:43 left in this game, or in the 3rd quarter, excuse me. A little Cooper DeJean run back time? Who knows?
Why not? The punt is away, caught by Cooper DeJean at the 21, has some room to return to the 30, and the 35 is where he ducks out of bounds. So solid return, and that's where Tanner McKee,
wow,
the Brazilian bazooka, as some would claim to call him, is coming onto the field. He's not Brazilian, but he did live in Brazil for a little while. So there you go. We'll see what Tanner can do.
Stanford prodigy, obviously a very tall quarterback. Arm strength is kind of his MO, and I think he just threw a very catchable and accurate ball over the course of the past 2 training camps. Not like he was beating out Kenny Pickett. He didn't do that, but he did show some flashes, especially late in those preseason games where you go, yeah, this guy's got something. He definitely has what it takes to be a backup in the National Football League. 2 years now in Philadelphia, a lot more confident, and with Jalen Hurts probably being ruled out internally a lot earlier than Friday for Philadelphia, that McKee had an idea with Pickett's rib injury that he could take some significant reps in this football game. I'm sure he practiced and prepared as hard as he ever has, and now we see what he's got. If he starts lighting it up, though, with the ones, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do go the course of the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, they might go with final week game. If you don't need to play the starters and Jalen Hurts, then Kenny's injury, then Tanner's going to get another opportunity, maybe a start next week. So Deep Crow with a 2 said Cowboys are way down. Start the clock on Huff watch because it's Bryce Huff. But is Bryce Huff back officially from the shoulder?
I didn't see him back in there yet.
I think that he's still dealing with a shoulder injury, so I don't know if he's going to come back. The S-Box with 2 says Barkley less than 200 yards away from Dickerson.
200, yeah. I mean, that's it's a pretty big number, but if he gets maybe a nice run here in the 3rd quarter, that could be significant.
Maybe we could get he's got 21 carries. I need 2 more carries to hit the over on that. So let's do 1 carry for 2 yards.
Yeah.
And then break 1. Because then at that point, they might not run him again for the rest of the game. But break 1.
That would do it.
And then he would finish with, if he breaks 1 from here, there's 35-ish, 65 yards on that I'm awful at math without a calculator, 146-ish, something like that?
Something like that.
Somewhere
maybe a little less. I need the anytime rushing touchdown. That's what I'm desperately needing. And so breaking 1 would be fantastic. I actually think they're going to play him probably the rest of the way, even if he breaks 1. I think that they're going to try to get as many yards as possible in this game. That way they can play him a little bit against the Giants and maybe try and at least get 2,000 and then call it a day. That would be my guess, but we'll see.
Okay.
Oh boy, Tanner McKee with the 1s. Hadn't done a lot of that over the course of his career. He barely even gets a chance to throw to these guys in practice. This will be fun.
See what he does. Ball on the 35-yard line. First play here is going to be a little toss out to Saquon. Has some room in a blocker up to the 40 and all the way to 45. A gain of 10 yards, just short, 9 yards on first down.
Cam Jurgens was a block away from springing that one, and Saquon knows it. I think Saquon might have a chance to bounce this regardless of the Jurgens block, but if Jurgens picks up the linebacker, Saquon's probably still running. Like we said, Josh, second half of ball games is when Saquon and this offensive line starts feasting, and boy, they're getting really close to breaking one. Let's see if they do on this next play.
Man, that would have been so huge. All right, big first run. This is second in inches. 5:54 to play in the third quarter. 5 on the play clock. Handoff to Saquon up the middle. Makes the first man miss. Blockers and more. The 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, and finally knocked out of bounds. Massive run there from Saquon Barkley. And yep, you called it. It is going to be just keep feeding him now.
There he is, over 1,000 or over 100 yards, on the day. He needs to get 34 to get the halfway point that he needed entering this game. And that is a great block, especially by Calcaterra to seal the edge. And then how about DeVonta Smith holding his own and allowing Barkley to just kind of put that thing in a full right-hand turn and get around the edge for a big gain. There you go.
Yeah, you're right,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Just got to hit one for a touchdown.
Great block from Smitty. Another handoff from Saquon, because of course you would. This time, not going to go anywhere. Ran into Mozzie Smith, and that's a loss of 1.
I think Tanner McKee dropped this snap. I think he dropped it, disrupted the timing, and still got the handoff there. I think he might have dropped it.
They're not going to show us the replay, of course, but
they're going hurry up.
It did look weird.
Let's let him throw.
Second and 11, get up to the line quick, see what the defense is doing. Now look back toward the sideline, potentially change the play. 9 on the play clock. This time, Tanner McKee will throw it. Left side slant. DeVonta Smith a little bit behind it, but good catch. And then brought down at the 26-yard line. Going to be third and about 2.
There's your first clear career completion for Tanner McKee. A little bit of a nervous hitch there. You could see it. But still a completion nonetheless to DeVonta Smith and makes it third and short. That's a good toss there.
There we go. Third and 2. Handoff Saquon up the middle. And another first down. Gain of about 4 yards.
He's not getting touched for a couple of yards, Josh. Excuse me. This is panic time if you're the Dallas Cowboys trying to stop the run. Saquon is just itching to break one here. And if he were to break one and they could get him over 200 today, I know he's 81 yards away from 200. Next week, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh, yeah. If you're that close, then it's like, man, you kind of just have to. But ball on the 21-yard line here. 3:30 to play in the third quarter, up 27-7. Tanner McKee in the gun. Saquon to his right. Takes the snap. Going to be handoff to Saquon. Jukes past the first guy and then push forward in the middle. Only a gain of 2 yards on that play. 2nd and 8.
Flip side of all this, Josh, is the Cowboy defense knowing if your third-string quarterback in right now and trying to dare him to throw, I would say. These are not light boxes that Saquon has been running into. He hasn't done it all year, but they're loading up these boxes, and they're going to do it again. 6 in the box with a single high safety.
This time going again, ball on the 20. Saquon to the left of McKee. He'll take the snap. He will throw this time. Get pressure quickly, but to the end zone. A.J. Brown, oh my gosh, one-handed, but he's pushed out of bounds. It's not going to count as a touchdown.
Oh, man.
I don't know how he held on to that. I mean,
boy, we got to see the feet here.
Please tell me he somehow magically, but that right foot's not going to.
Oh. No, it's out. It's good in college, but not on Sundays. Darn.
I thought it was going to be a hold, honestly, on Mailata for Micah Parsons, but wow, that was just crazy. Just sticks to his hands. You got to give him another shot.
Why not? 3rd and 8.
5 on the play clock. 2:48 in the third quarter, and whistle blown here. Did we get a false start?
I think we did.
Oh, Dallas offsides.
Dallas offsides on a 3rd and 8. Wow. Okay, that'll make it a little more manageable. Takes you out of passing situation and can allow you to run it if you wanted to.
Yep, that's
Who was it? Is it Micah?
Parsons again.
That's how good Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson have been today. That's twice now. Micah has been trying to get a little head start here. This Cowboy pass rush, very good the past couple of weeks. They've been completely silenced today.
Good job from Stout. You figured he'd have a good game plan after giving a few more sacks up last time, but
Eagles take a timeout? Jeez.
okay. Well,
lots of slowing down, that's
I
for
guess
sure
you
here in the third quarter.
make
Holy
sure
cow.
you know what you're doing. Yes. Got a 5 from Daniel. Appreciate that. Said, just to make sure I understand, if we win, we lock up the division. Yes, sir. That's correct. The win is NFC East title. We're good.
Yes. Oh, man. Okay.
Saquon on the sideline, getting a little breather after some good action, help them get down into the red zone.
All right, what do you got here? Come on, guys. 3rd and 3. Gainwell's in.
I think we just got a false start. Okay. So let me just undo that marker on the scoreboard here, and we'll just go back to 3rd and 8.
This is going to be a run, so let you know what they were thinking there on 3rd and 3. And then the entire left side of the offensive line got started a little early. They're going to officially call it on Grant Calcaterra, but that was everybody there moving early. And so from pass in 3rd and 8 to run on 3rd and 3, probably back to pass here on 3rd and 8. Why not? Yep. You're up so big.
You know, I would just say at this point, because again, you went to AJ, he had a touchdown that was negated on penalty. He had another touchdown that was negated on penalty. Just throw it his direction just because. 3rd and 8.
See what happens.
Ball on the 20-yard line. Empty set for McKee. Motions Calcaterra to his right. Takes a snap. 4-man pressure. He's going to AJ. Come on, baby. Yes, sir. He's got it. Back shoulder touchdown. We called it. AJ Brown.
That is as good of a throw as Tanner McKee can make on the back shoulder. Holy cow. That was perfect from 16. There's the arm talent we talk about. Wow. Tanner McKee gets his first completion in his first NFL game, his first NFL touchdown, and I think A.J. Brown gave that football away, which is a big mistake because I think Tanner probably wanted to keep that one.
He probably wasn't thinking about that, but you're right. Yes, the football is very quickly given away.
There's Deron Bland, by the way. He was supposed to be the Cowboys' savior a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of lost a step a little bit there.
Just a bit. And the extra point is up and good as well. So we've got a 34-7 game.
How about this, huh? Jeez.
I mean, give Dallas some credit. They're 1 point better than they were the last matchup. It was 34-6, and it's 34-7 now. So they've shown some improvement.
Sweeping the Dallas Cowboys, huh? I gotta like that. I'll take that any day of the week.
For sure. Now people will they'll make excuses. They'll be like, oh, well, it was without Dak and all this other stuff.
Doesn't matter.
Well, who cares?
Does
Jorge
not
with
matter.
a 2 says, are we in the wild card now, or are we in a seed? Well, everyone gets a seed.
Right. We're the 2 seed when we win this, and then we would play in the wild card. So it matters what happens with the Vikings game in about an hour, and then tomorrow night with the Lions and the Niners. Big Niner fan, big Packer fan the next 2 days if you want to get the 1 seed.
Yes. Here we go. How about that? Both receivers getting in some action. You have DeVonta with 5 for 95 and a touchdown. AJ only 3 for 36, but he does have a touchdown. He made 2 other touchdown catches, like we said, but they were penalties. Solid day from Kenny Pickett, 9.5 average, 1 touchdown. Tanner McKee, only 3 attempts, but 2 completions. 9.7 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown. And then Saquon, you got 26 carries, 115 yards, and 4.4 a carry.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, A.J. Brown officially did chuck that football in like the 40th row. So that ball is gone. I don't know if the Eagles game day staff is going to be able to get that back.
Poor guy. You know that they're going to say it eventually to him, or he'll find out and he's going to be like, oh, man, like feel terrible about it. But
Messed it up. Oh, man.
Let's see. I think I've got. I may not hit this here actually. I was going to say, the only one that I need is Jake Ferguson, but I need him to catch 2 more passes. I mean, there's time. They just dink and dunk maybe, but all the other 3, the other 3 Eagles ones have already hit. Just need that one.
Well, one more. At least you got three of the 4 if you flexed it.
Yeah, I went a little aggressive with it. I just went a strict play. I didn't even flex it. So,
okay.
Yeah, I might be paying the price, though, because otherwise it would be a guaranteed at least some sort of win. But we'll see. Maybe I get lucky. Devontae Turpin catches this one. We'll down it. And the Jake Elliott experiment should hopefully be completely seasoned. They're going to show the replay of this. He launches it.
Jeez. Poor Tanner McKee, man. That is terrible.
Okay, so he did now. They're telling him, they're showing the reaction on the sideline.
He realized it. Oh, no. That is hilarious. Oh, yeah. He's trying to get the ball back from the fan. Oh, the fan's bringing it up. He got it back.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I would have milked that for something, for sure.
That's legit. Surely he's going to get something. Whoever that fan is, he's going to get some good trade-off. This is a handoff Dowdle up the middle. Really good gain of 15 yards before he's finally brought down.
I think AJ was saying, like you said, trade his jersey for the ball. I think that's a fair trade. I would definitely trade AJ Brown game-worn jersey for a touchdown ball, in my opinion.
Oh, the fan's saying he's got you.
Yeah,
so,
he said, I got you. Attaboy. Cool.
Everybody understands, what it meant. So.
Yep. All right, back to the game.
2 minutes left in the third quarter. Another handoff here. Dowdle left side, going to run again and breaks the first tackle of Zack Baun, but then hit by 3 different Eagles, dropped just past midfield, brings up about a 2nd and 4.
Just something about that Oren Burks. He's wearing 42. It's not a great linebacker number, but he's a big linebacker, especially whenever you look next to Nakobe Dean. He's massive, and he laid a big shot there on Rico Dowdle, and would not want to be on the receiving end of one of his blows. As we see Kenny Pickett come back out of the tunnel in a hoodie and hat, so he's done for the day.
Yep, clearly so. You wonder, is that officially broken ribs, fractured ribs, how severe? But done for the day. Pass slant here. Zack Baun, incomplete. Good tipped pass and great coverage there. Brings up 3rd and 4.
We know who the Offensive Player of the Year is. MVP, Rookie Offensive Player of the Year, even Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think, should be Quinyon Mitchell. Defensive Player of the Year, a little more cloudy, especially with TJ Watt not being as dominant over the course of the past couple of weeks. I think Zack Baun's got a chance, Josh. I know the name is not that big. Linebackers don't normally win. It's almost always an edge rusher, kind of like how quarterback is for MVP. I don't know. Baun's been so good there, and another reason why, getting in the passing lane and setting up a 3rd and 4.
Minute 18 to go in the third quarter. This time's going to be another run up the middle, and it will be a first down. Gain of, almost 10 yards there. Some more good blocking up the interior.
It's kind of surprising Dallas isn't going to throw in a 34-7 game, but I guess Philadelphia's expecting them to throw. They were lining up those defensive ends in the wide 9 position, and they're happy just to run it and get some nice gains there from Rico Dowdle.
Very true. Let's see. Paulo with the 5 says first touchdown ever with a Brazilian flag on the helmet. Awesome. Shout out to Sao Paulo.
There you go. Not bad.
That's pretty cool. Another handoff here. This time Ezekiel Elliott, and he will get 5 yards. It's kind of a constant effort. I know that, Eagles are going to be kind of backing off guarding for the pass, so it's a softer, lighter box, but it feels like Dallas can get 5 to 7 yards just about any time they want.
Yeah, like I said, I think that they're expecting passes to happen here, and that's just not been the case. It's been a lot of runs, and they've worked. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you're down 34-7. You're not necessarily mad at the idea of this game ending sooner rather than later.
Oh, for sure, yeah. This time, finally, will pass, and it is complete to Jalen Tolbert. Plenty of room to run all the way up to the 16-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. So that'll end the third quarter with Dallas in the red zone threatening, yet they are still down 34-7.
Yeah, I think it might be time for some backups on defense going into the fourth quarter. That would be my decision if I was Nick Sirianni, but what are you going to do?
Probably so. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Jay Money with a 5 says NFL script writers were cooking with Saquon breaking Dickerson's record against his former team. It is
going to have to get a
possible it would
lot
take
of yards.
Yeah, a lot in the final game. I just don't know if it's realistic for the Eagles to play him enough. I think that he could, but you just have to go and ask him, like, hey, you're going to play a full game. You're not going to get a bye week. You're not going to get a rest. You're just going to play.
Yeah.
And do you risk an injury on a meaningless game for a playoff game that comes up the following week? I don't either. I think that I think he would also say the same thing, like, no, I'm good. Let the other guys eat.
Yeah, I think Saquon Barkley wants to win a Super Bowl, and I think that, depending on what happens over the course of the next, 24 hours, Philadelphia likely has the 2 seed, but the matchup Philadelphia will have in the first round, if it is the Washington Commanders or if it's, maybe like a Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if things got a little interesting, unlikely though, you're going to need Saquon Barkley in that first round. And the second round matchup could be Atlanta, it could be the Rams, it could be the Vikings or the Lions. I think that giving him a rest, I want 100% Saquon Barkley that way. He can carry the football 30 times a game over a 3 or 4 game stretch on route to another Super Bowl, or to a Super Bowl, I should say.
Yep, for sure. Restrada with the 10, we appreciate that, says dropping a 10 for that dime that AJ caught. Go Birds.
There you go. That
was
a little
throw.
Tanner McKee dime, huh? That was a pretty good dime.
Back shoulder throw, the way that he made that was picture perfect.
Yep. Love it.
Elbert with a 2 said, now let's get Saquon to 150 on the ground.
Yeah, we need to get close. But are they going to play him again is the question here.
That's true. I mean, if they pull him right now, then for a fact he won't play next, because next week is meaningless. The only reason he plays next week is to go after the record. If you pull him now in this game, then you're also saying, like, hey, he doesn't care as much. It's about the health. He won't play next week.
Yep.
We'll see.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you guys. We were over 3,000 viewers combined between both streams.
Gotta like that.
1,100
Appreciate
likes as well. Make sure to hit the sub button if you haven't already. Eagles very close to clinching the NFC East officially, winning 34-7.
That's fun.
We are into the fourth quarter with Dallas having the ball at the 16-yard line. Thomas, you got it.
All right, here we go. 16-yard line moving left to right. Dallas back in the red zone for the first time since the first quarter. And here's a run by Rico Dowdle for about 4. Eagle starters are all still in there, as Kenny Pickett has come back and put his jersey back on, actually. So that is interesting, as he actually walked out of the tunnel. Oh, CeeDee Gardner-Johnson is hurt. That is not good.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. This is why I said play the backups. Oh, boy, that would be really bad. And we're going to commercial break. Okay, Gardner-Johnson is down. And yeah, this is a 34-7 game, Josh. There's no reason that the starters should be in right now. No reason the starters should be in right now. See if we get an update here sooner rather than later. Okay, let's see if we got any update. Oh, boy, please tell me he walks off the field and is okay. That'd be a critical piece of this secondary. He's been fantastic, especially the past couple of weeks, really. I mean, the interceptions have started to pile up here. Tackling's been much better. Gardner-Johnson is down on the field as we wait for an update here. I don't know if we've had it. He's limping off with help of trainers is what we have right now.
Okay. Looks like Jalix Hunt was also banged up, but did manage to jog off the field.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're getting the backups in right now. 100%. Crazy that Kenny Pickett came back and put his pads back on. That was pretty bizarre.
Yeah, that just is so it doesn't make sense to me, quite honestly. I don't know. I mean, it's cool, I guess, but
okay, well, shout out to Peter Worrell with the 5. He says, appreciate your show today, guys. Go Birds. Peter, we appreciate you. And then did you get the Brian Fleming one? The 10 from Brian?
Nope, I see it right here, but here we go.
There you go. Just because you guys are great. Go Birds. Appreciate that. How about that? People are starting to spread the joy of an Eagles win. Let's just worry about Gardner-Johnson now is the real fear here. He walked off his own power and headed to the medical tent. But the question is really, what is the severity of a limp like that? Oh, I hope he's okay. That would be a major loss for Philadelphia if he has a significant injury. That would put a massive damper on this one.
Yeah, that would not be good.
And he would do everything right in this game except for get out healthy and lose one of your key pieces. Okay, they're coming back with commercial break, so we're going to see, I want to see a replay. Hopefully it's just a twisted ankle or something like that. Here we go. Here's our replay. He gets hit by Jalen Hunt on the ankle. I don't think it looked that bad, but we're not doctors. Right, here's a 2nd and 6 pass from Cooper Rush, left side end zone. He overthrew Kevontae Turpin, so 3rd down and 6. It didn't look that bad, right? You're looking for a non-contact or a really weird angle on his leg being bent in the wrong direction, and that was neither of those. So hopefully okay. Starters are still in, though, Josh. If Nick Sirianni was going to call uncle here, not the case yet. So 3rd and 6. 14:37 to go, 4th quarter. Cowboys are 5 for 10 on 3rd down. This one will come at the Eagle 13. Rush been a little rattled here in quarter number 3. See what he does in quarter 4. In the shotgun, he takes the snap, give Dowdle up the middle. Bird sniffed that one out well. Ball's out. Ball's on the ground. I don't think Philadelphia's going to get it, though. I think Dallas got back there as Dowdle dropped it. And we got to see who's on top. Philly thinks they have it. I'll be shocked if they do. They do. No way. DeJean's got it. Wow. I think Nolan Smith's got another punch out. Let's see. Ooh, Dowdle got smacked right in the groin, and then there goes.
Yes, he did.
Nolan
there
Smith
you go.
With a very clear fumble, and somehow Cooper DeJean jumped on this football and pulled it out from under Steele's bottom, really.
Let's go.
Wow.
Hitting the ball, drop the ball. Cooper DeJean on it.
4 turnovers. 9 turnovers in the past 2 weeks, Josh.
That's unbelievable.
The penalty marker. I think you're going to get some sort of roughing after the play here. I think you're going to get a shove. Yeah. Someone shoved Jalen Carter. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. So that's going to be 15 more in Philadelphia's favor. How about that?
We will take that.
Okay. I thought for sure the Cowboys were going to recover that. So there's your fumble recovery. After the play, personal foul, and it is on Dallas. So 15 more tacked on. You got to like that. There you go.
Good.
Get to see a little more Tanner McKee now, I think. Unless Nolan Smith, but we'll see. Or sorry, not Nolan Smith. Unless Kenny Pickett. My question, though, is really going to be what's the Gardner Johnson update, which we're hoping to get to you guys here soon. Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
Yeah, let's see. Deep Crow with a 2. Wonder if Pickett dressed to avoid elevating QB4.
Maybe he had to put it on. That would definitely hurt for the crack ribs though if it's gotten any worse.
That's true. Ultraman with a 5 says my favorite player is Cooper Rush. He's going to guarantee my Eagles wrapping up division today. LOL. Colorblind cowgirl. # he stinks.
Yep, I agree. Looks like no update on Gardner Johnson yet.
Okay. Jasper with a 2 also says now people want to get back on the Fangio train.
Yeah. How about that?
I didn't see a ton of people doubting Fangio after, but there were a few. There were some comments going like, I told you the Bimba don't break defense. It's figured out eventually. People get the hang of it. Still, it is Dallas with Cooper Rush and not a lot of starters and everything else. But the opportunistic defense, making stops, getting turnovers, and then you see the complementary football. Because, I was mentioning this at halftime, but at halftime you had 17 points off of three takeaways just in the first half.
Gardner Johnson has returned to the bench after the medical tent. That is as good of news as you could have today, Josh. So he has not gone to the locker room, and everyone hit the like button for that. That is very good news.
Big time.
Coming from, I believe, one of the beat writers in the link right now. So, all right, now the question is going to be, do any of the starters play the rest of the way? You have about 14 minutes left. You have the football. You're up 34-7. I think you're going to get McKee the rest of the way, and I think you're definitely going to probably see the backups. But we'll see.
I would imagine so.
We wait to come back from a commercial break. Avonte Maddox was in the game on that previous snap. That's true. That doesn't necessarily guarantee that the rest of the backups are going to come in. So we'll see. No other NFL games are really interesting right now, Josh. Bills 33-0 over the Jets. Raiders 19-10 over the Saints. I guess Colts-Giants is close, 28-26 Giants. That definitely matters for the draft. Buccaneers have scored again, 47-14 over Carolina.
Jeez.
Jags 20, Titans 13. So Saquon and the offense are still out there. Tanner McKee is your quarterback. Here's a first down handoff to Saquon Barkley, bounces it up the middle, and then falls down, gets back up, and gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And so 34-7, Josh, with 13 minutes left, and you're still running Saquon Barkley. I think they're trying to get him the record.
It feels like that. Yeah, maybe something about keeping him out there to that point. I'd say so.
All right, everyone say a prayer for the Eagle offense. Stay healthy. That is the name of the game right now as we're showing all 4 of the Eagle turnovers. How balanced can you be? 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles, about as good as you could hope for. And if this continues, the Birds can really hurt people, especially in the postseason, if they keep getting this many turnovers. 2nd and 4, and McKee will do a little toss left side of Saquon Barkley, who gets around the edge and makes a man miss and gets the first down across the 40, and will go out of bounds at the 42, 43-yard line. And so, again, 134 was the magic number. He's at 130 right now, Josh, in order to get halfway in the final 2 games. He needed 134 today, 134 against the Giants, and that would break the record, and he is 4 yards away from that. So clearly they are going for this, Josh. And I think the idea is to get as many as he can today. That way he can play a half next week and maybe kind of try and break the record.
Yeah. Just let him rip one off here for 60 yards, and then you got a serious conversation.
Tyler Steen is in at right guard. Something to keep an eye on here. Is there a 1st and 10 from the 42? Lone setback is Barkley, and they'll hand it off to him for 3, maybe 4. And so it'll be 2nd down and 6. And a lot of touches for 2-6 today. He is getting a full workload today.
Giants are still leading 28-26. Yep. 10 minutes left, though, in the 4th. But
yeah, they're definitely going to throw that one. They're not going to try and win that one, that's for sure. 2nd and 7. They only gave him 3 on that first down run. 12:29 to go here, 4th quarter. 34-7 Birds on their way to win number 13 on the season, but the ball's at the 45-yard line. Pickett in the gun. Barkley to his right. Pickett calls for the football. Sorry, this is McKee, and he's going to turn and give to Saquon Barkley, who tries to get around one man. There goes Saquon across the 50, and has a first down and more. That's a 13-yard gain on 2nd and 7, and Saquon turns nothing into something there. And the fans love it. That's over 134 on the day, and we'll see how much longer 2-6 stays in. It looks like he's going to stay in again.
Shout out to Josh H. with a 2. The super chat here says Saquon hits 2,000 if he gets 41 more yards, and after that run, it's actually, I think, 28 more yards. So
it's possible.
At the very least, you get the 2,000 today.
Pretty crazy. 30 carries, 144 yards. He's averaging 4.8 per touch. Ball at the Cowboy 46. McKee in the gun. Now moves to the pistol. He's got Barkley behind him. Takes the snap. Turn give Barkley. Running left side. He's got a hole. There goes Saquon Barkley. Barkley to the 30. Barkley to the 30, 25. And out of bounds to the 22-yard line. And that one is going to get him maybe to 2,000. It's going to be real close. He did.
Let's
2,000 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley. He's going to check out of the game. Wow.
That's what you wanted. That's what he wanted. That's what the Eagles were trying to do. Record is not going to happen because, I mean, maybe they're going to give him rest and keep trying to run. But I don't know. It feels like you wanted to get to the 2,000, bigger fish to fry. They made it happen. Either way, if it's this and that's it, like,
yeah,
what an insane season.
That is unbelievable as he checks out here. 10:51 to go. 2,003 yards, 13 touchdowns for Saquon Barkley on 345 carries. Everyone comes up and gives him a high five on the sideline. I believe Philadelphia had to take a timeout because that play clock was winding down. And it looks like the starters are checking out. I can't tell. MVP chants rain down. Look at them all. They're all high-fiving Saquon on the sideline. That is pretty crazy to have a 2,000-yard back in Philadelphia, Josh.
That's pretty legit.
Well, there's 10 minutes left, and I mean, is he gonna check out, or are they gonna kind of pump the numbers up a little more? That's gonna be the question here.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
Look,
staying
he's
in this
coming back
game, I
in.
think.
Okay, you call the timeout. He's coming back in.
Wow. So he's checking back out. He's within what, 100? I think 104, 105 away. I think is the magic number.
Yeah, because he's what? He's 2,003 rushing yards right now.
Yeah. All right, 3-yard line. Gainwell is the lone setback. He'll get a handoff, and he's going to get hit in the backfield by Micah Parsons and drop for a loss of 3. And so I believe that's going to be it for Barkley's day. But there's a lot of time left in this football game, and if they wanted to kind of crank those numbers up a little more, they definitely can do it. The thing that's going to probably happen, Josh, is if you were to have a scenario where Detroit were to lose and the Vikings were to lose as well today, then they would have to go for a win next week, and then Saquon will probably for sure break the record. But now we get the conversation all week long as he's about 100 yards away. Out comes Lane Johnson. He is checked out of the game safely. 2nd and 12. McKee's going to throw. Looks right, throws right. Caught. DeVonta Smith. DeVonta Smith 10. 5. He's in. It's a double burger for DeVonta Smith. He's got 2 on the day. And the Birds have a 40 burger on the Dallas Cowboys. How about that, huh?
Not a better day to do it. Kelly Green game, put up 40. Smitty with a slant route over the middle. Beautiful throw, allows him to just keep running. That's what you want.
Wow. 40-7. How about this, huh? This is exactly what the doctor ordered coming off a loss last week. Easy as it gets, Josh. They're playing soft coverage. He runs just a little 5-yard in, catches it, and runs past Booth, who's had a forgettable day in coverage against these Eagle corners. And out comes Jake Elliott to make it 41-7 with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Holy cow. NFC East, it's Philadelphia's.
Heck yes.
Wow.
I mean, just about everything that you would want to have happened has gone
pretty much
right, has gone as you would want it to. Kenny and the injury, the re-injury to the ribs, like the only thing, I suppose. I know we got the 2 from Squinksies here who said lots to love today, but if GJ is hurt, but he should be fine. He made it back to the bench. He got looked at, ankle injury. We haven't seen anything of like serious magnitude, so I think that CJ is going to be okay. But yeah, I mean, 41-7. That's wild. Jasper with a 2. Crazy what we can do with backups. Yeah, this team has got a lot of depth.
Starting to wonder about Tanner McKee, though. That might be that might be a question that comes up this week and maybe taking over the backup job. I know it's crazy, but he has looked very good in a limited number of passes in the second half. Very good. Oh man! All right, get everybody out. I've seen enough. Let's just back up the rest of the game, huh?
More than enough. We've seen plenty. Mike with a 5, appreciate that. Says can't ask for a better Christmas present than a Cowboys stomping.
Yeah, literally. And Saquon got to 2,000. That was really my hope, right? If he's not going to be able to break the record, at least get to 2,000 because it's such a rarity in the National Football League. And he clearly has been good enough to get there, and credit the offensive line, everything that they've done to get him to that number. But very impressive day overall for Philadelphia. And especially after the start where Dallas, goes right down the field on drive 2. They score to tie it up. Pickett's looking a little rusty, couple 3-and-outs. And since then, it's been pedal to the metal and all birds. It's been very impressive.
Definitely has. Josh B with the 5. Saying everyone was both wrong about Kenny and right about Tanner.
Yeah.
It's fair.
I mean,
both of them.
They both have played
really
well.
Good.
Both have multiple touchdowns. It's crazy. And this is a Cowboy team that literally beat the Bucs last week. I mean, they were coming in as hot as they had been with Cooper Rush. No CeeDee Lamb, that makes a difference, but the defense was playing very well.
Yep. And the Giants scored again. So the Giants are leading 35-26. And Drew Lock today has thrown 4 touchdown passes at a 14.9 per attempt average. I did not really see that one coming. 6
How
catches,
about that?
168 and 2 for Malik Neighbors. If you add him, you're looking really good in fantasy. 125 rushing and 2 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor. But how about those Giants? Got to love that too.
Turpin takes this one off a hop at the 5-yard line, 20-30. There goes Devontae Turpin at the 40. Flag down. Devontae Turpin gets around the edge. One man to beat. Turpin is out of bounds at the 30-yard line of Philadelphia, but I think this one's coming back. I think it's definitely coming back.
Yep.
We are looking at 101 yards to the record.
Wow.
101 yards. That's what it's going to be, Josh.
So close.
101. 9th player in NFL history to go for 2,000. That's how big of a deal it is.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's see who trots out on defense. I would bet you're going to see a lot of backups.
Just a bit.
$9:53 officially to go in this football game. 3,300 people watching. Appreciate you guys making us the most watched almost every week here on YouTube in terms of concurrent views between both channels. We appreciate you guys as usual. Haven't subscribed yet. We got plenty of stuff happening. Might be a playoff ticket giveaway in our future for me and Josh. I think that's all but guaranteed. Bird backups are in case you were wondering. A little Keely Ringo time. Sidney Brown is in as well. Here's a 1st and 10 pass from Cooper Rush from his own 13. Looks across the middle, fires, caught Jake Ferguson, and he's going to be hit immediately. And it's Jalix Hunt and Oren Burks pinballing their way between Ferguson, who's going to get maybe, let's call it 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
There you go. Nice to see Bryce Huff out there after the shoulder injury.
Yeah, for real.
And I need one more catch from Jake Ferguson to win that.
Come on, baby.
Pick. We could just use a little dump off
Come on,
pass.
baby.
Come on, make it simple. Don't overdo it.
2nd and 3 from the 20. Ferguson is in the game as the lone tight end. He's tight on the right side of the formation. 9:17 to go, running clock on a 41-7 blowout in Philadelphia. Rush takes the snap, turn to give Dowdle up the middle, and he's going to be tackled by Thomas Booker. Not before he has the 1st down, but nothing more. It'll be 1st down and 10. And looks like they're going to not go hurry up, I don't think. Okay, so Cooper Rush is 13 of 24, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, one of his worst days since filling in for Dak Prescott. And credit to this Eagle defense. You expected them to play well. Obviously, no CeeDee Lamb. This has been very impressive ever since they went down and scored on their 2nd drive of the day. 1st and 10, 8:40 to go in this football game. Ball at the 24-yard line. Rush under center with 2 tight ends to the right side of the formation. Another Dowdle run. Gets to get past one man and then fall forward with an Oren Burks, Thomas Booker joint tackle after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Got the 20 from Ironic Keyboard. Appreciate the 20 bomb. Let's go.
Sick.
This is great coverage, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Appreciate that. Yep, coming up with some college football
definitely
playoff games. It's pretty fun.
Also should mention that
about...
as there's a ton of people here on the live stream, we will be streaming a lot of NFC playoff games, not just the Eagles, once we get to playoffs. So ramifications there.
2nd and 7. Here's a 1st down or run up the middle for Dowdle, who's got a lot across the 40 and then tripped down the 42-yard line. There's a big run there by Rico Dowdle, who's definitely over 100 yards on the ground. So 3, it'd be 1st and 10, 7:42 to go in this 4th quarter. All the backups are in for Philadelphia. Trotter Jr. is in, Thomas Booker is in, Vontae Maddox is in, Keely Ringo is in. And Bryce Huff is in. I guess you're calling him a backup now, but at least he's in. Dowdle's over 1,000 on the season. Here's a fake toss to him on 1st down, and then a throw over the middle, and it's almost picked. Tristan McCollum had a chance there. There was your Jake Ferguson catch. You need one more. That would have done it.
Needed it.
2nd down and 10.
Needed it. It's the only one. I need a catch, and then they can strip him of the football and everything. Just catch it. Markley with a 5. How poetic would it be for Saquon to break the single-season rushing record at home against the Giants next week? It would be pretty comical, but it seems it would be kind of ridiculous also at the same time for him to play.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if he does. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Rush in the gun. He'll throw again with a 4-man pressure. Bryce Huff bends around the edge, and he gets the ball away safely, but that's going to go nowhere. I believe that would be Jeremiah Trotter Jr. on the tackle. He's gotten some go here, especially early on in this game, and then came back in now in the 4th quarter. It's a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6. It's a very important win, too, for momentum, Josh, right? I mean, you talk about the loss last week. Everyone's kind of down. Philly, kind of forgot how much they've been dominating teams prior to that loss. And now you get a dominant win against a 7-win Cowboy team. Maybe kind of turns the tide and makes sure you're red hot entering the playoffs. 3rd and 6 right now. Rush will throw again. Screen left side caught. That's going to be Turpin. Gets around the edge, and there goes Devontae Turpin for a nice gain. Out of bounds into Eagle territory after a gain of about 20. That'll stop the clock will keep running with 6:30 to go in this game.
Appreciate the 10 from Mike. It says Tanner McKee plus Kenny Pickett times, I guess. Yeah, there's only an asterisk, but yeah, multiple times Smitty equals Nick Foles. LOL. JK, go Birds.
There you go. Next Nick Foles. I saw a couple of those tweets after McKee's second touchdown pass. They found him. They found him, but hopefully, you get Jalen Hurts back. He's going to be fine next week, and shouldn't be a problem. Here's a first down run to Dowdle from the Eagle 38. Good tackle there by Thomas Booker. You see why Booker made this football team. One of the last guys to make the roster at the end of training camp cuts. Pretty impressive. He's got a lot of people ahead of him, including Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and obviously Milton Williams. Moro Jomo's been fantastic, but there's something there for Thomas Booker going forward in his NFL career. Only gained a 2, 2nd and 8. Cooper Rush in the gun. Ball at the 36-yard line of Philadelphia. 5:30 in a running clock to go in this football game. Rush takes a snap, looks right, throws right. That's going to be incomplete. They're trying to get Mingo, and he skipped it off the ground into his arm. It'd be 3rd down and 8. Now we shift all of our attention to the Green Bay Viking game, Josh. That's the one you put on your TVs after this, and you really pull for the Packers just in case things would get crazy at the end of the season and maybe give Philadelphia a chance for that first-round bye. But we'll see. 3rd and 8.
There you go.
Ball at the 35-yard line of Philadelphia. 5:24 to go in this game. Rush in the gun. Get Dowdle to his left. Philadelphia showing blitz. They'll come. They're going to do a pass by Rush, and there's a sack. He's going to go down. Looks like you're officially going to get a Jordan. No, I think it's going to be Jeremiah Trotter Jr. sack is the one who taps him down first.
Brings up a really long 4th down.
You're going to, of course, our graphic of no repeat winners in the NFC East in the past 19 seasons. And so all eyes will be on Philadelphia next year to maybe break that curse. But no one's been able to do it. Pretty wild. One of the most fun divisions in the National Football League. They're going to do a field goal, actually, on 4th and 15. I guess that makes sense. 61-yarder. Interesting from Brandon Aubrey. Kicks it from the Kelly Green Eagle logo, and it is no good off the right upright.
Oh, just add the insult to injury. Why not? That's greatness.
Well, Aubrey's got a cannon of a right leg. I mean, that was going to be good from 67, and it just goes a little bit to the right and then doinks off that right upright, and looks like the Eagles' score line is going to stay at 7 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Jeez. I mean, it's halfway up the crossbar where it hit. He could have easily, I mean, he could kick it 75 yards maybe.
Yeah, literally. He's good. He's one of the better kickers for sure.
He is. It's hard to say this on a 61-yard attempt, but it's kind of surprising to see him miss even a 61-yard attempt.
Really is.
As good as he's been on my fantasy team and helped a number of ways. That doesn't help right there, but
All right, Tanner McKee is in, and you got a lot of backups around him from the Cowboy 49-yard line. And they do not get this snap off. Oh, no, they actually do. And they're going to run it up the middle for a gain of about 1. That's the old Boston Scott number. It's Tyrion Davis-Price, who was elevated for this exact reason from the practice squad earlier this week.
Daryl, we appreciate the 5. Said, you guys are top. Been watching on Fox, but with your commentary. Awesome channel, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Definitely. Big time.
Johnny Wilson, Jahan Dotson, Anais Smith, E.J. Jenkins, a lot of backups in right now. Fred Johnson at right tackle, Tanner McKee at quarterback. Been fantastic in the second half. 2nd and 9, 4:04 to go. Philly unlikely to throw again in a 41-7 game from the Cowboy 49. Here's a second down run of TDP, who's going to get 5. Ooh, keep churning for 6. A nice run there from the undrafted free agent running back. We 3rd down and 3. Biggest factor, obviously, is going to be the health of Gardner Johnson. In fact, he came out of the blue medical tent and sat on the sideline is a good sign, but to get out of this one fully healthy, Josh, is one of the bigger reasons why we're all going to be happy on a Monday. No major injuries is massive. All right, 3rd and 5. 3:25 to go in this football game. There's Gardner Johnson on the sideline, dapping up Saquon. I think that's safe to assume he's okay. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. McKee takes the snap, pitch right to TDP, and he's going to be short. He got about 2. And with 3:10 to go in this game, you wonder what Philadelphia's thinking here. Probably punt the ball, but you could technically go for it if you wanted to maybe move the chains. Looks like they're probably going to punt it. Yes, they will. No surprise. Here was Braden Mann.
Deep Crow with a 2 saying no Trey Lance at this point is crazy.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild that they never decided to let him kind of get going for a couple of games. As Braden Mann takes the snap, punts it from his own 49, angles it to the left, gets some spin. Nope, too far. It's going to go in the back of the end zone and touch back, as that will probably be the last possession of the Birds offense with 2:24 to go in this football game. We are going to see Cooper Rush go for maybe one more time.
One more chance. I don't know if Jake Ferguson will get one more opportunity. We'll see.
Maybe. Probably not, though. That's going to be a bummer. I'm not going to hit on any of mine today. I thought for sure I was going to hit on one of these, and I didn't even get 3 of 4 on a couple of my picks here. What a bummer.
Wow.
I needed Cooper Rush to be sacked 3 times. He's only been sacked 1 time. It's crazy. Oh, you got a little fight happening now in the end zone. Sidney Brown has lost his helmet, and there's a penalty now.
Good gosh.
It's not good. Not good.
Somebody over by the tunnel.
Yeah, geez. Okay, Sidney Brown has lost a helmet, and he doesn't know where it is, so something's going on. Oh, yeah, they're tackling Sidney Brown and the referee in the end zone.
Good gosh.
Jeez, and then they just rip his helmet off? My goodness. And there's Sidney Brown shoving him. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. That was ugly. So I think you're going to get dueling penalties, and I wouldn't be surprised you get an ejection of Sidney Brown here.
Good night.
It might. Let's see. Yeah, Sidney Brown didn't start it, but he definitely tried to finish it. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. He's like, all right, well, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely going to get offsetting penalties here. For sure going to get offsetting penalties here. Still waiting. Delaying us a little bit here. .224 to go in this game. Waiting to see what happens with Sidney Brown. I think he's going to get ejected. Gardner Johnson goes up to Sidney Brown, daps him up, tells him to calm down. Here comes the call. Fouls on both teams. Multiple disqualifications. Dallas loses 2 players. And there goes Sidney Brown. So, all right, well, not a surprise, honestly. Sidney will learn from that. But you lose 2 Cowboy players, so it's 2v1. Sidney Brown stood up for himself. Can't complain about that. And he'll get the big Don walk to the locker room. No one does it better. All right. They gave us an update on Kenny Pickett that the reason he put his pads back on is because they wanted him to be the emergency quarterback. And so that's an indication he's not as hurt as we might have thought. So it's pretty good. The fans are cheering. I think the Cowboy player is getting walked off the field right now. Pickett's day, 10 for 15, 143 yards and a touchdown. He ran one on the ground in a brotherly shove as well. I thought he was pretty solid, especially throwing the football. McKee had looked as sharp as ever in his own right on the second half. It's Howie Roseman now down the sideline, hugging it out with people. Going to enjoy a nice NFC East T-shirt, hat, and champagne bath, I think, in the locker room.
There you go.
2.5 minutes until that. Trey Lance is in the football game now. He will take the first down snap, play action, roll to the right, dumps it out of the backfield, and that's caught by the fullback. And that'll be a gain of 2 or 3 by Lipke there. And it'll be second down, and let's call it 7, as that'll probably be the last snap of until the 2-minute warning.
Got a 2 from Canucks Briggs. Says, them boys are hurting, backups putting the hurt on.
Definitely been the case.
Crow with 5 says a massive fight after Bill Berkey's memorial graphic is hilarious, not great, but still funny. The soft
Pretty
music
funny.
fading to violence and chaos.
Very funny. That's very
interesting
said.
Juxtaposition
Well
there.
said.
Yes, it was maybe
Go to some other
appropriate,
scores.
maybe not.
Other scores here in the fourth quarter. Bills 40, Jets 8. That is a microcosm of the Jets season there. Goodness gracious, as that's going to be the 13th win of the Buffalo Bills. Very similar. They are the AFC version of Philadelphia Eagles right now. Likely locked into the 2 seed, red hot on offense. Their defense is a little more suspect, but Buffalo's going to be a menace in the postseason. Raiders, they're definitely about to win this one and really tank their chances of the number 1 overall pick. 25-10 with 3 minutes to go there in the fourth quarter.
Good for
Giants,
them.
as you mentioned, they are probably going to hang on to this one as well. They have the football with 2.5 minutes left, 42-33. How about a 4-touchdown day from Drew Lock? Malik Neighbors, 171 and 2 touchdowns in his own right. That has been a pretty crazy day. And, of course, Jaguars have officially beaten the Titans 20-13, and the Buccaneers have beaten the Panthers 48-14 to give Tampa a 9-7 record and very much still alive for the division and technically for the 7th seed. If you were to have a Commander loss next week, Josh, and a Buck or Falcon win, then the Commanders, I believe, would be eliminated, I think. I'm not sure on that, though.
Yeah.
Need the Commanders to lose today for sure. A Commander win today would cement their playoff spot.
Very interesting. Lots of scenarios. It's always the fun part. You take care of business, sit at home, watch and see how everything else plays out. Mike with a 2. Sydney is a beast. LOL. You still get to him.
He's definitely that.
Burton says,
All
great
right.
watching the game with y'all. On to the Giants, baby.
There you go. Appreciate that. On to the Giants. We'll see how many starters we get in that game. I don't think you're going to get very many, but remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Let's see. I think somebody said the... Oh, no. Okay, something's good. Well, maybe it's not directly at us. I was going to say, I saw a comment saying the Commanders are not playing today, but they are definitely playing today. So, anyway.
Tonight, it's going to be a fun one. Michael
Yeah,
Penix's second
yeah.
start, Sunday Night Football. That's a good one. Tune into that one. All right, second down and 9 is a Zeke Elliott run. Wonder how many more seasons he has left. He gets about 1. Oren Berkson on the tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So that will set up a 3rd and 8 with a moving clock with 1:50 to go in the fourth quarter. 167 yards on the ground for Saquon Barkley, 31 carries. As we mentioned, 101 rushing yards away from Eric Dickerson. But technically, he's 1 rushing yard away from Chris Johnson and most rushing yards in the season. He's 3 away from Terrell Davis. He is 22 away from Derrick Henry. And then the graphic disappeared. So he has a couple other people he can pass to become maybe top 5 rushing season of all time. It's number 9 right now.
That's nuts.
3rd and 8. Trey Lance in an empty set. He'll throw, looks left, now evades some pressure, rolling right. Now he stops, still rolling right, and he's going to be chased and shoved out of bounds by Thomas Booker and Bryce Huff. And it'll be 4th down and 10 now. And the clock will stop with 1 minute and 9 seconds left in this game. Josh, we talk about playoffs. We look ahead to the next couple of games. We don't know who the Eagles' first opponent is. Do you have a preference here? I mean, would you rather play Washington, Tampa, Atlanta? Those are kind of your 3, I would say, wild card options, heavily leaning towards Washington. I think most of us would like Atlanta, but I'd rather have Washington than Tampa, if I had to be honest.
Yeah, I agree, for sure. I mean, just Not that we wouldn't or couldn't win, but I would put Tampa as the least likely or the least of those teams that I would want to see. But I want to see Washington. I mean, just, prove it back to them because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you guys couldn't beat us. We're so much better and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It was their Super Bowl. Like, I feel like the Eagles were going to win pretty handily before Jalen Hurts got hurt. So,
Felt that way.
you know
Felt
what?
that
I'm
way.
fine. Bring it back to the link. Let's do it again. Jalen will be healthy. Defense ready to go. But I would say, like, I'd be happy to play the Commanders.
I agree.
If it's Atlanta, though, I'd also be fine with that. So,
Scariest option, potentially, besides those three teams? You talk about Green Bay, Minnesota, Rams are kind of the next three options there. Any preference in stacking those three?
yeah, it's weird. We beat the Packers already this season, but they have played really well, even though they lost to Detroit. It's so weird. Like, Detroit's kind of fluky, it feels like. They get wrecked by Buffalo, but then they beat the Packers, and, like, Green Bay couldn't stop anything. I guess neither team was really stopping much defense, but I would say Vikings I'm not totally bought in on, and maybe that's everyone's problem because it seems like just about everyone around the league is like, are the Vikings going to do anything in the playoffs? Can Sam Darnold, take them all the way? But yeah, I'd say like the scariest of those might be Green Bay, actually.
Okay.
Even though they're going to probably end up being the third ranked team in the NFC North. It's just they've started playing much better as of late. They're playing with a lot of physicality. Their linebackers hitting much better than they were. Edgerrin Cooper, who we talked about a ton before the draft, has continued to take strides. So
Yeah.
I still think that, I'll take our chances against anybody, but I guess if I had to choose, it's probably the team that's starting to come on late. So probably Green Bay.
Well, we'll watch them here in the afternoon slate against Minnesota. I still think Detroit, but I would agree. I think Minnesota's a little bit underrated. I think they're dangerous on offense. Their defense is playing well, but I like the Eagles' chances in any of those. As McKee has taken the final knee, by the way, and so this game is officially over. And Philadelphia has won. They've done it. 41-7 is your final, Josh, as the Eagle fans can rest assured that they are in as the 2 seed. It cannot get any worse. It can technically get better, but they are NFC East champions, and I think that is
let's go.
as exciting as they come. That's exactly what you wanted. How about that? Play the song. Wrap it up.
Heck yeah. Feels so great to have the NFC East title, so we will take that. Appreciate you guys hanging out, as always. Had at some point almost 3,500 combined viewers.
Massive.
We're almost up to 1,500 likes, so if you want to drop a like real quick, we would appreciate that. And Shane with a 5 said, we need to wear Kelly green more often. It is still undefeated. Without a doubt, the best that the Eagles play is with the Kelly Greens, it seems like. I mean, just every time they wear them, it's inevitable, but especially the new ones. So, yes, still undefeated there. Cold Cash with a 2. Cowboys actually got better. They did. They went from 6 to 7, although they gave up an extra touchdown. So, 41-7. But
there you go. Dirty Air, thanks for the membership. 3 months. Appreciate that. Says little Go Birds at the end as well. That is fantastic. And now we go ahead and watch Minnesota and Green Bay. That's going to be the real question here, Josh. We'll have recaps as well. And just for, we're not wrapping up yet, but a little tease for everyone watching. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets to the Eagles' first playoff game. That's going to be happening maybe this week, maybe next week. We'll talk about that. Josh and I will off camera, but make sure you're subscribed to know when that's going down, because that's going to be happening.
Absolutely. Okay, I've got this giveaway. Here's a problem on it because I didn't really plan on this, so we're going to have to see if this works. I said first touchdown scorer, and I don't know if there's a lot of C.J. Gardner-Johnson names out there that said that he was going to get a pick 6, because I was thinking,
is there any
offensive player? There's some people that I think said pick 6 on it, so I'm going to have to spin it and see if they said C.J. Gardner-Johnson, because it's not popping up if I put C.J. for some reason. So we'll see. We're going to see how this works and quickly run through this, but good luck to everybody. Maybe, hopefully, we find the winner in this, and I will let you guys know. But here we go. We will spin this thing. And
I have someone. I just checked someone. Who won?
Okay. There's somebody that said Slay with a pick 6, so that's not accurate, so I'm going to have to spin it again.
I just did a search for Gardner-Johnson. I got someone who said Gardner-Johnson first TD off interception 18 hours ago. Yep. Okay.
Well, that may be this person. I see it coming up here, but there's a couple. So I'm going to spin again. I got a Cooper DeJean. We're going to get there. Got a Q from Daniel. We're getting close. It runs out of it also once we get this. So we're literally like...
We'll know.
Got a Q.
I think Michael might have it.
I think that might be... there we go. Okay, we got one. I was going to say, I saw like 2 or 3, and that was it out of all the ones that were spinning. So Tyson, I believe that's how I say it. Tyson Lacey. Heck yeah.
Called it. Go buy a lottery ticket.
Very impressive, actually, to say.
Pretty impressive.
6 from C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Pretty impressive.
When I say take a pick on your first touchdown score, I figure, A.J. Brown, Saquon, heck, even Grant Calcaterra, something like that.
Yeah.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, let's go.
It's impressive. Very impressive.
So Tyson,
well done.
Hopefully you're here and see this. If you're not, either way, it's great, but hopefully you're here and see this. Just message me, email thephillyspecialshow@gmail.com so I can get your info, get you any Eagles jersey of your choice, or you can message me on one of the socials. So however you want to do it, get your info, let me know what jersey, and I will be shipping that out. I see a lot of comments randomly on the live stream now that are saying, CJ pick. Good job. Way to go.
Not how it works, sadly. Not how it works.
Okay. I think that's it. I think you're good. We covered basically all the ramifications and other sides before that. So other games coming up, as Thomas said, we've got game recaps as well. The new year is right around the corner, but keep an eye out for the game recaps. Biggest breakdowns, updates on CJ and his injury, hopefully not anything serious, and what the Birds' playoff path and everything else will be. So, Thomas, it was a blast. It feels so much better than last season, obviously, because, we were like, hey, NFC East title in the grasp. Now it's not. Now it's gone. And this year is very different and maybe even therapeutic to win it against Dallas in the Kelly Greens.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I love it.
We will take it. All righty. We appreciate you guys as always. Make sure to drop a like on your way out. Sub if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more videos. As always, Eagles win. Go Birds.
Go Birds.